Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle of Bane and Blood. This is our first proper episode, Dirty Outskirts. So let's meet our werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hello, everyone. It's me, ya boy, at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms. I'm community ambassador right here on the Rolling Nomads. And this time zone, I will be playing, since the Sweetwater, the Galestalker Philodox. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here, Avery. Az?
Hello! I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing Timber Shakes the Trees, Red Talon Ragabash.
I love everyone remembering their tribe and auspices. Let's keep it going. Luna?
Hi, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including here on Twitch. I am the social media director for the Rolling Nomads, and today I will be playing the Black Fury Theurge, Lorelei Savagewind.
Amazing. Rachel?
Hi, everybody. I am the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I am the creative director over on the Rolling Nomads, and today I am playing the Bonar Theurge, Ackerman.
Very good. I'm so proud. And Ramos, take us out.
Hello, everyone. I am Gilbert Ramos, aka Ramos the Nomad. Today, I will be playing Elias Hearteater. He's Ghost Council Arun, also known as Wyrmfoe. Well, not also known, but also Wyrmfoe
Yeah.
of the Monsea Camp.
Let's not forget that Elias is the Wyrmfoe. Dun dun dun.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
As always, this is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves, as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings for the game will be in the description below. So if you all are ready, lass uns anfangen, or let us begin. Finally, in the modern nights of 2024, boy, doesn't that sound familiar to anyone who was in Berlin Bloodlines, which is all of you. The night the brand new Garu Hana was found, the pack discovered the youth home where she lived had been attacked by the cult of Fenris, with a personal message left for Hana. Bringing this news back to Cascada Bloodmoon, she decided to close the sept with the rite of the Shrouded Glen for an unknown amount of time. And that unknown amount of time turned out to be about 16 months. Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean you were stuck at the cairn all this time. For the first few months you were, but Cascada instructed Tiara, the master of the rite, to modify the rite after a while to allow wolves living within the sept to come and go when necessary. And luckily for everyone, the new Wyrmfoe has the gift of mind speak and can communicate with almost any Garu using only his mind. So keeping tabs on who was coming and going was much easier. Not to mention the fact that it also helped Elias, the Wyrmfoe, coordinate with the packs in Potsdam and Berlin and to keep abreast of their missions and issues as well. For those of you who did remain in the sept more than before, you spent your time entreating spirits for gifts, learning rites from the master of the rite. Tiara runs without a pack. Some of you went back to work. Some of you looked for lost loved ones who, for whatever reason, did not return to places you hoped to find them. And some of you, begrudgingly or otherwise, have learned the meaning of responsibility and leadership. But for now, the metaphorical doors of the sept are being opened, and for a moot, no less, at the personal request of Finley Moorwalker, the silent strider of the Berlin pack. There will be food and drink and time for merriment before the moot begins. So we begin our scene today with you, Timber. One rage to start, please. Right now, you're digging around in the sept's garden with Marcus, sweet son, and human. He asked for your help in gathering these weird white sticks in the ground to cook for the gathering today. It seems stupid, they're not sweet, and they're not meat, but he promises that when you eat them with this yellow sauce he made, you'll like it. Marcus approaches you with a small bucket full of strawberries as well, and after blowing off the dirt, he holds one out to you. Hey, Timber, try this.
What is this? And she's going to grab the entire thing and shove it in her mouth.
The strawberry?
Mm-hmm.
It's good, sweet. It doesn't taste at all horrible like the strawberries you tasted out of that jar that you stole from Cascada's cabin.
This is what they are supposed to taste like. More in the bucket? Is there?
Yeah, there is, but we're gonna have it at the moot. I thought it would be nice. Lorelei and Hannah and Elias all grew up in Germany. and I thought it would be nice if I made something traditional. Germans in the springtime, they eat these, and he pulls out one of the asparagus out of your hand. They eat these, cooked with hollandaise sauce and strawberries on the side.
If you say so.
I promise that you'll like it.
Keep the strawberries away from Pescada. She ruined the last ones that I tried, and I don't know. No, this is good. This is good.
He hands you another one. Well, I guess you can have another one. But don't eat too many of them. I want you to try when I make them later.
Oh, okay. So do you put the strawberries on top of the hollandaise sauce? Or
no, you have them on the side with, I make a cold cream. Pour cream into the strawberries and it hardens and everything is refreshing and cold.
Timber will try.
And he puts the bucket down and heads around to one of the cabins and comes back around the other side, and he hands you a soccer ball. When we were watching soccer, I noticed you really kind of like watching where the ball was going. I thought maybe you'd like to have this.
It's good for coordination. We can teach pups like it's a rabbit, but without them getting their nose in the dirt.
He sort of stands, puts it down, and kicks it over to you. Try.
She's going to attempt what she saw on the last game, and like just go back and forth, and then kick it back at him really, really fast.
Mm-hmm. He stops it pretty deftly. He sort of places his feet together like this and stops the ball. He's like, "That's pretty good. Much better than my dad ever did."
Sweets used to play soccer.
No. He tried. He always tried to relate to us, but no. My mom, though. For whatever reason, my mom could live in both worlds, switch it on and off, like, really easily. She's the one who taught me how to make hollandaise sauce, even though she was born as a wolf as well.
We'll see if this is worth it for the sauce, but
it gets stuck in your teeth, but I promise it tastes really good.
Ember will remember this.
I hope so. And at that moment, you hear a car pull in to where the sept is, and as you turn to see a car, immediately you can see your sister Hardrain running at you. She's running at you in her wolf form, and she has a baby deer already skinned and dressed, ready to be roasted in her mouth as she runs in her Hispo form.
The minute that Timber sees Hardrain, just booking it towards her as well, and just tackle.
Do you lupus form or do you tackle her in Muhammad form?
Yeah, no, lupus form.
And it's immediate, and you watch her sort of fling the deer over to Marcus, hits him pretty hard. He falls down on the ground, and she tackles you and is so happy to see you. Timber, it's been so long, so long.
I'm so happy you're back. Pinecone should be here soon. Is safe?
We blow up plant. Chemical plant.
The big...
Yes. Provan Ragabash like you. He sneak in there, and we blow it up.
Complete,
It was on the news.
I don't watch the box much. Soccer, football. With the kicking.
It was
Timber will show you.
It was awesome. I wish you were there. We killed many for Gaia.
Timber is proud Rain is her sister.
Let's go hunt rabbit. This will not be enough.
Yes, rabbit. And then maybe more deer. Not many, but maybe.
Maybe. If I catch first, you have to come back with rabbit. I come back with deer.
Deal.
And Timber's gonna take off.
And so is Hardrain. And of course, I'm sure the other ones are coming in as well, but now is time to spend time with sister, who you've seen less than you've seen Pinecones, fortunately. Even though she lives in the same city as you. And move over to Elias, Heart Eater, Wyrm Foe, whichever name you're calling yourself now these days, or all three. You've been a very busy boy these last 16 months, coordinating with the packs, keeping the Cairns safe, tracking the machinations of Gaia's enemies. Right now you're in your old cabin, staring at your stringed board. Wait Enterprises and Pentex hold large question marks. There seems to be no more stirrings from them, and it's unclear if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Wyrm Banes are, of course, the most rampant on the board, Fomori of all shapes, sizes, and flavors, a chemical plant in Potsdam that the Potsdam Pack destroyed, literally. And the Cult of Fenris, well, they too seem to have disappeared into whatever hole they hide in before striking again. You stare at this board, Elias, and a wave of rage passes through you. Please start off with 2 rage. As you slam your hand down against the board, thumbtacks and sticky notes falling to the floor. You feel a hand slip around your chest, and another enters your field of vision with a drink in their hand. And you hear Cascada say, "Is the board mouthing off to you again?"
It just won't reveal its fucking secrets. You know how it is.
She hands you the drink, comes around to the side and sort of props herself up on the little shelf here that's in front of your board. "Drink this. It'll calm you down."
I should have a clear head for the moot tonight. Is this...
It's just we call it an Erfrischungsgetränk. A refreshing drink. There's no alcohol in it.
Okay. I appreciate it.
It's Rhabarberscholle, rhubarb spritzer.
Don't think I've had the pleasure. I'll take a sip.
It's good. It's very refreshing. Very common here in Germany is to have in the spring and the summer. It's called Schollen, and usually it's Apfel or rhubarb or other sort of springtime fruits.
It's good.
So, Horned Serpent isn't revealing things to you, and now you are upset.
It's not just Horned Serpent. I'm used to his mysteries and his secrets. Just this is... I don't understand what the play is here. Everything showed up and then all of a sudden went silent. It's like it was meant to haunt us, but then nothing... I mean, they scrawled... The Cult of Fenris scrawled on a wall where they were coming for her. And then no sign of them, nothing. This sounds like... I don't understand it. This is they're usually so much more direct. I don't understand what this is. This doesn't make any sense.
She sort of taps at the chemical plant that you've made a big X through. Well, at least this is gone. That's something.
It's a small victory in the long run. We aren't nearly done. Not even close.
Moorwalker was your friend long before he came here. Do you have any idea why he wants this moot so badly?
No, I'm hoping that he has information, but I don't know why he would be making such a giant show of it.
So we have Wait Enterprises, Pentex, Wyrmbanes, of course, they're everywhere. The Cult of Fenris. Big players, all hiding. We can only hope to Gaia that whatever Moorwalker wants to talk about has to do with it.
Agreed. I can't... Wait Enterprises... That's another issue altogether. I can't get a fucking bead. There's no... Everything's just...
From what I heard from Glasswalker, everything is so mundane there. Cryptocurrency seems to be all that they're concerned with at the moment. Whatever.
And I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what it is either, and I don't think I can really sit and listen to Yusuf attempt to explain it to me for a third time. I might just have to expel him from the Sept.
It's fucking maddening. It doesn't make... Even for breaking things down to base, it doesn't make any sense. It's just... it's too. It's not real.
And that was the Weaver spirit, the Weaver Fomor, was with Wade Enterprises, right?
Correct.
Elias, I made you Wormfoe because I know that you are the right person for it. And that when and if something should happen to me, you will be you are the best candidate to lead the Sept.
Nothing is going to happen to you.
I don't want you to be so overworked that when you are needed most, you'll have nothing left to spare.
I will give you and the Sept and the Cairn and every Garou out there everything I have. Nothing is going to happen to you. Amidst all of this, everything I don't know on this fucking board, everything that is a mystery to me, I know I will make it so. Nothing is going to happen to you.
If only speaking it into the world made it so. But I don't want to argue the point. Not today. I want to at least have some time with our brothers and sisters before we get to whatever it is that Moore wants to talk about. And I need to tell you something. Talia called me the other night. She's planning on making a challenge against Tiara. I wish she had told me that before I asked Sweets to stand in as master of the challenge, because Smooth Tongue is gone. She's gone to take her right of the White Wolf. Or right of the Winter Wolf, rather. And we don't have one at the moment, and I asked Sweets to step in, and I don't think it's going to go well.
Why now?
I don't know. I was hoping you might have some more insight into the dynamics of his daughters.
I try to avoid his intricacies of his family, and he doesn't seem to be very open about it, so it's a sore subject, it seems. But the few interactions I've had with them is, I don't understand why now. That's my only... And as leader of the Sept, far be it me for me to tell you how to do your job, but is this not war? Are we not in wartime?
Yes, but Tiara is not a leader. She's not the Sept leader. She's the right master. So I don't know what this is. Moots are the time for challenges. She is within her right to do so. But we need Tiara. I mean, we have the pups, 2 new Theurges, but they aren't ready to hold Master of the Right, not yet. Talk to either Sweets, talk to Talia, or dare I say, talk to Tiara. Use your cloud as Wormfoe. If I extend my hand and say yes or no to this, it's really overstepping. It really leaves me open to challenge.
Would that anyone were brave enough. But I'll talk to Tiara.
Thank you.
I'm here for you.
I know that's true. But I also know you're here for the Sept. And we need you desperately.
I'm not going anywhere. And neither are you. I don't want to argue point, but Lorelei did teach me something about called manifesting.
All right. Like manifesting a spirit.
Kind of. It sounds like just positive vibes, speaking things into existence. Like really believing it and making it true.
I'll take anything that I can get. But everyone's starting to arrive, so come out of your conspiracy cabin and let's celebrate.
I really wish you wouldn't call it that. The Theurges are, or rather the pups are it's catching on.
Well, I don't want to call it that, but you make it difficult to come up with any other name for it.
It's a strategy cabin. It's a war room almost.
Conspiracy cabin just has, it's an alliteration, just has such a nice ring to it.
I will hold her close before we step outside.
She'll press her forehead against yours and sort of take a deep, shuddering breath before opening the cabin door. And you get this impression that Cascada doesn't want to beat a dead horse. She doesn't want to keep saying, especially since she's a unicorn, haha. She doesn't want to keep saying over and over again that she believes something might happen to her. But she is scared. And it's very unseemly, not only for a Sept leader to be scared, but in general for a Garu to be scared to die. So you exit out. You can see you can see Hard Rain has arrived at least and runs off with Timber into the woods. Just not unusual there. You see Marcus picking up strawberries that got knocked over and pulling out asparagus. If you're going to go look for Tiara, well, you got to go to her cabin. And she has one of the largest cabins here. You dare say it's larger than Cascada's because she has an attached greenhouse to it. And that's where we're going to move over to Hannah and Lorelei, who are in this cabin at the moment. Both of you, one rage to start, please. Right now, you're in the greenhouse of the Master of the Right. Tiara runs without a pack. And she is imparting on you knowledge as the highest-ranking Theurge of the Sept. To you, Lorelei, she has taught you the rite of shadow passage, the ability to briefly open a way between the physical world and the Umbra, allowing werewolves to pass from one to the other and back again. To you, Hannah, she has taught you the rite of abjuration, the ability to purify a person, place, or object, purging any spiritual possession. Hiccups. And right now she's opened up, let's call it a window. Let's call it a window into the Umbra. Not a passage, but just a looking glass, where you can see the world beyond this one. The way the cairn looks in the spirit wilds is imperceptible to most creatures of this physical realm. And what you both see when you peer into this penumbral lens is a landscape of skies that shift in color from sickly green to deep inky black. The air has a pale, unnatural glow, and the environment has a general unsettling feeling. As Tiara holds this window open, you see patterned spiders crawling all around the edges of it, weaving strings together, attempting to close this small glimpse into the Umbra. Entreat them, Tiara says to you both. Ask them for the gift of their sight. Start with you, Hannah. How do you entreat these patterned spiders?
Is there anything that I know that I should do in this moment with this knowledge, or?
Nope. The way entreating spirits works is simply to ask.
In all honesty, just how offering a helping hand to anybody in need kind of has like a bit of an importance to her. She's going to approach and then in the form of more action, less words, offer her hand as a gesture to them.
Let's get right back to that. Lorelei, what do you do?
Lorelei would approach, take a step forward, and watch them work, and say, "Oh, spirits, if it please you, I would respectfully ask for your sight."
All right. So, these pattern spiders are quite small. You think you could fit maybe about a dozen of them on your fingertip as they weave their way through the Umbra, trying to close this window. Hannah sticks her hand in as a gesture of aid, and immediately, Hannah, your hand is swarmed by these pattern spiders. They're attempting to weave your hand into the Umbra. It suddenly becomes covered in spiritual webs, and it's going, unless you move your hand quickly, it's going to be difficult for you to not lose a hand in this process. And Tiara does not stop you or say anything.
Yeah, we're pulling the hand back.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to entreat them a different way?
He's just going to see what Lorelei did, and kind of then in that moment, just be like, I offer what aid that I can in request of your site as well.
So these pattern spiders, and as I said, you could fit like a dozen of them on your fingertip. There's hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. Hard to tell. They're very, very small and dark. If you look very closely, you can see they have 100 eyes. 100 tiny eyes on these very tiny bodies. And all of them stop and look at you and speak to you simultaneously. It's like a cacophony, a very small voiced chorus that says to you,
"What do you have to offer for our web?"
Is this to both of us or just me, or?
They're speaking to both of you.
What do you require?
Something for our web.
Hana's going to reach into her pocket and pull out a little switchblade and kind of take a little lock of her hair and...
I was going to say you both carry something that you grow yourselves that you can give them for your web. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's going to offer the lock of hair.
A horde of spiders come and take it from you. And you watch them weave it into the web. And again, they are all attempting to close this umbral window, taking Tiara a significant amount of concentration to keep it open. What about you, Lorelei?
Oh, I mean, I think that's a good enough offering.
Gonna cut your own hair?
Yeah.
Would you like a knife?
Yes, please.
Gonna close it first and then safely hand it to you.
Cut your hair?
I'll cut my hair.
They take your red hair and they weave it into... You can see it. You can see the pattern. And as soon as they do that, both of them say...
We grant you the gift of our sight. Goodbye.
And millions of more swarm on Tiara, and Tiara can't hold the window open anymore. And they close it in a matter of seconds. And the window is closed.
Not much for conversation, are they?
And Tiara sort of cracks her neck. They're servants of the Weaver. Their job is to keep everything in the status quo. No changes. Nothing grows, nothing decays. Everything remains the same. But you should know that. You've had enough lessons.
Of course.
All right.
The gift given to you is the gift of penumbral sight. You can see places in the physical world, how they are reflected in the Umbra. It's important. Sometimes we can't see what's right in front of us. We need to look beyond to get clarity.
That makes sense.
You are one of the very, very few children of the Crescent Moon that we have here at the Sept. How are you liking it? How are you taking to it? Whether you like it is irrelevant.
It feels familiar. And dare say I enjoy it.
It's opening up a side of myself that I didn't know existed.
It's very interesting. I've never met an urban Theurge before. And I'm sorry to call you urban, but Bone Gnars are very urban werewolves. I knew a Bone Gnar, member of my pack, but she wasn't a Theurge.
Are there not many left?
I don't believe so, no.
Is there a reason why?
They died.
Just poof? As simple as that? Yeah,
It's never as simple as that, Hannah. They died at the Grunewald Cairn in Berlin.
Hannah's kind of gonna tense at that then, especially knowing what the cult of Fenris has done to her as well, and gonna say, I'm sorry.
I understand why you say that, but it's unnecessary. course, Lorelei, you should know that as well. Lilette was a survivor. Or is a survivor.
Yeah. She told me a little bit.
I heard she's not coming to the moot.
Yeah, I tried to ask her about it. She didn't really give me an answer.
I never cared for Lilette. She was always... No offense. Black Fury is always difficult to deal with.
Untaken.
That's a canon laugh, by the way.
But did you enjoy your time with her in Berlin?
I did. I learned a lot. Fighting for guys gave me purpose.
It gives all of us purpose, Lorelei. There's nothing else. Lorelei, please don't forget to come in and get the herbs that you need for your rites. Of course, Johanna as well. If you need them, I know not everyone uses herbs in their practice of the rite. You may do it however it feels right to you. However Gaia moves you, however the spirits move you. But I have fresh lavender, Lorelei, that you can get after the moot.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
I need
Could I take a sprig now?
Excuse me?
Could I take a sprig now?
You may, of course.
Oh, perfect. She'll pluck one, put it behind her ear.
Mm-hmm. I need to rest for a moment before I play social. That ride takes a lot out of you. Just holding open the window.
Is there anything that we can get for you? Anything that we can do?
No, but when my children arrive, if you see them, you can tell them to come see me.
Will do.
And she sort of just nods her head, leaves the greenhouse, and heads back into the main part of her home. If there's anything you'd like to say to each other, you may do so now.
Lock of hair. Genius. I didn't think of that.
If I'm being perfectly real, I kind of just went off instinct there. What is a web if not a string, and what is hair if not our own strings, right?
Just hope giving a spirit your hair doesn't keep them tied to us too tightly.
I'm still learning a lot of this. You're way more in tune with the occult stuff. Was that a bad idea? Because
it was an idea.
God, reminding me of when 16 months ago, before y'all kidnapped me. I may have tried to steal from an occult shop.
Oh.
Is that
real bad?
Because all this shit started happening like after that.
Yeah, that's real bad. Bad luck. Usually people ward that stuff.
Now the woman there was terrifying. I don't know why I couldn't fucking lie to her and threw a knife at me when I was leaving too. That was interesting.
Wait, it was esoteric?
Yeah, esoteric.
Oh, I love going there.
Is that woman at the counter always that scary? I mean, it was kind of hot, but kind of like, I might die.
Eggshells.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, is there anything that I could do to like cleanse myself of that? What would you call it? Bad karma? Bad?
I think you've paid it off by now, if anything.
I hope so. We'll see. But yeah.
As you have this conversation, the two of you leave Tiara's cabin. As you exit out, you see that the Potsdam pack is here. You also see that two people you don't know, because you never met them, but you assume that they belong here, are walking into the cairn. And with them are Tiara's children, which Lorelei, you know her children. You've met them before, Leah and Jurgen. And they're holding their hands and walking in. And they come up to you and they say, hi, I'm Bertrand, and this is my sister Ilva. We're Sweet's children.
Lovely to meet you.
I'm
Lorelei.
Hana.
Hi, and Bertrand holds his hand out to both of you. Ilva looks, and Lorelei, you remember looking at Ilva's picture on a Forbes 30 under 30 list on your phone the night you found Hana. She doesn't look anything like that picture now. She's in sweatpants, and she looks like maybe she's having a hard time. You're just not really sure what it is. And she just sort of nods her head at both of you, doesn't say anything. The children, though, remember you, and they run up to you, and they go, "Hi, Lorelei, do you have sweets? Hast du Süßigkeiten für uns? Do you have sweets for us?"
In my cabin, of course.
They race off to your cabin, grabbing onto your hands.
I will lead them.
Mm-hmm. Do you follow them, Hana, or do you stay there with Bertrand and Ilva?
I really feel like Hana's not great at being around new people consistently.
Sure.
Doesn't really
It's probably weird because as long as you've been in the Sept, it's just sort of been very insular, and now the Sept is opening, and now you're going to meet a whole bunch of new people today.
Yeah, and we're still coming off the fact that I was kidnapped 16 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, and taken out of the only city you've ever known. I'm sure no one in your pack can relate to that.
Sorry, 1 second. I have to plug in my headset. It's
Yeah, you're fine.
screaming at me.
So gonna head with Lorelei then and the children?
Yeah, she's gonna take the offered hand, because you said that he offered his hand, and yeah, she's gonna shake it. And she's gonna say, "It's lovely to meet you. This is Patty. These are the kids that she said to send her way. I think your mom's...
Lorelei's a Black Fury and sort of does what she wants to do. Wonder where she picked up that from.
I think your mom's looking for you though, so you might want to check in. I'm gonna go though, so yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, and she's just gonna walk.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna go with Lorelei. Lorelei's taking the kids. What kind of sweets does Lorelei have? I'm trying to picture Lorelei eating candy and I can't do it. So what kind of sweets does Lorelei have?
Oh, anything chocolate, anything sour.
Oh, lovely. Oh, so like Gummivärmchen, little sour gummy worms.
Oh, absolutely.
Haribos.
Rittersport.
Rittersport? Das ist kein
Ja.
sauer Süßigkeiten. Das ist doch,
aber
das ist
es
doch
ist
Schokolade. Genau. Okay, so you have Rittersport and Gummivärmchen. Perfect. The kids won't ever leave your cabin. So we're going to move over to sweets. For the past few years, you've been experiencing moments of fatigue, followed swiftly by vivid dreams of past events of your life as Crimson Howler. Now, whether this has caused you pause or not is up to you. You are in your early 60s now, so maybe you're slowing down, getting tired. But as you help Crookpaw set up the council seating for the moot, you pop into your cabin to take your prescription anxiety pills. This feeling of lethargy overwhelms you, and before you can even open your medication or make it to your bed to sit down, you fall hard on the floor of your cabin and pass out. And as hard as you fall, you land exceptionally softly into your dream. And sweets, this is not a memory. You can tell that instantly. You're in the home you built with your human hands at Grunewald. The room is exceptionally dark, except for flashes of lightning that illuminate the space for the briefest of moments. You're in your bed, and in your arms, warm skin pressed against your chest, is Maggie. In those flashes of light, you can see she is older. Her hair is still just as thick and curly, but it's completely silver, which matches her left eye that has turned cloudy with cataracts. And her skin is covered in marks, scrapes, and scabs, some of which look and smell infected. She looks emaciated and frail. Her skin is stretched painfully over the bones of her face, but she lays against the pillow, smiling at you. I've missed you so much. Every day, every moment. Thank Gaia she let me see you.
I miss you too. You're coming home.
Oh, I don't think Gaia would let me come home. Crimson, I don't think I'm going to her when I die.
No, we go together. Maggie, Crimson, Crimson, Maggie. Always together.
But I'm still here, Crimson. On this side.
Just come to me. We will go home together.
I'm not...
It's time. We're old. It's time for us to return to the earth.
Another flash of light happens. The room is illuminated. Of course, you see Maggie again. I need a wits and awareness during this flash of light.
What is my rage currently?
1.
No successes.
Okay, you don't see anything or hear anything. And she looks confused. Crimson, are you asking me to take my own life?
No. I'm asking you to come home and we'll go together. I know the right.
I don't understand. You have already gone.
No, I'm still here. I'm just different.
I don't understand. I was told that you were dead.
The pine cone has to burn to release the seeds. And Crimson Howler burned. And since the sweet water grew, I'm here.
Tiara told me that you died.
I'm here, baby. Just come home. Please, just come home.
Another flash of light. One more wits and awareness. This is your last one.
3 successes.
That one, you see that there is someone standing very close to Maggie behind her. It's Marcel. He's got his back to her. He's writing something on a board. He's writing names on a board. 3 successes. You see around his hip is Leah's head, mummified, attached to his belt. He's writing Lilette's name on the board. He's writing your name on the board. Maggie's. Then you see over on the other side, with connections to these people, he's writing Timber's name, Hannah's name, and Lorelei's name. Maggie doesn't seem to notice him, though.
You need to come home now. Please. We're at Mondsea. Find me. I've waited for you for so long.
She reaches out a hand. And the hand is, as I said, covered in wounds and scabs. She's lived a very rough life on the streets. And as she reaches and just about to make contact with your face, she lurches forward, opens her mouth. Blood starts pouring out of her mouth. You see she's been impaled through the heart by antlers. And that is when you awake, sense the sweet water. Put yourself at 2 rage, please. As you awake, and you increase your rage to 2, you hear someone playing guitar outside your cabin and singing. And you know immediately this must be Speaks with Spirits, and the song sounds vaguely familiar. Hannah, Lorelei, Elias, and Timber, you have all returned or left the cabins of whatever you were doing, and you see Speaks with Spirits. She is a ghost council, Galliard, and she is well known for playing the guitar. And you see her walk through the sept and head right up to Sweets' cabin. And she starts singing a song that might be familiar to some of you, or none of you. And she says, and I can't sing it. The words are, and it all comes down to you. Well, you know that it does. Lightning strikes, maybe once, maybe twice, and you see your Maggie.
Sweets will push himself up and take his pills.
Mm-hmm. About the rest of you, she's just standing in front of his closed door, repeating these words, singing the song.
Hana's kind of just keeping like a watch on this situation really quick, kind of like she's like slowly approaching, but she's just listening right now. Has a joint in between her lips. It's not lit. Just likes the likes the sensation. Yeah.
What about you, Timber? Did you come back with rabbits or deer, you think?
There is going to be a epic story about how we almost caught this very large deer. We were pretty far away from it.
So just rabbit.
So we came back with 2 rabbits. Timber's got it in our jaw, and Sweets has been taking more and more naps. And everybody's arriving, and so now that we see Speaks with Spirits outside the cabin, Timber's gonna kind of walk up and like scratch at the door.
She's still singing. She hasn't stopped. And Elias, you know that all too well.
I think he would deviate from his path and approach her.
Approach Speaks with Spirits.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to her?
Selena, is this intended to get a rouse out of him? What is this?
Well, Mr. Wormfoe, I've told you so many times that the spirits have always spoken to me. And when they do, I just feel the need to play along.
Sweets is likely sleeping, and I doubt he will appreciate.
I never said I was doing it for him.
Who are you doing it for? He said. Hana says, finally approaching, just kind of like resting her. We're right up against at Sweet's cabin.
Yeah,
right?
all of you are. Yeah. Lorelei has 2
Same.
children attached to her, but yep, eating candy.
Elias is trying to like remain calm. He's very protective of Sweets at this point, especially when it comes to his family. So he's trying his best not to just tell her to just fuck off. I just need to know the reason, that's all. Because this is going to upset him.
I told you. The spirits speak to me. And I just give music to their words and music to their thoughts.
I think that's the moment where the door to Sweet's cabin explodes outward. And he walks directly up to Speaks with Spirits. And will kiss her on the forehead. And say, thank you. You've relit the flame of my purpose.
Yeah, Elias, it was good.
She smiles up at you, and she walks over to Jurgen and Leah, and she starts, Selena, who is originally from Italy, she starts singing Conte Partiro, which is an English time to say goodbye, and starts singing that to the children.
And Sweets is going to make an aggressive beeline in lupus form to Tiara's cabin.
Elias, I'll allow you to follow Sweets. I'll actually allow everyone to follow Sweets if you want to, since you wanted to speak to Tiara as well.
I must.
Yeah, no, Timber's sitting there with like the rabbit that she was going to give to Sweets.
Are you
And
in
then-
lupus form still?
Oh yeah, no. And seeing that she's just going to drop it, Sweets will find it later and go see why we're storming off to Tiara's cabin. Especially given it's a moot, seeing if something's going to happen.
So you head off to Tiara's
Or we can
cabin,
make
all of
something
you,
happen.
if all of you follow Sweets. Sweets, you also happen upon Bertrand and Ilva, who are just standing there talking with Marcus. You haven't seen Ilva in years at this point.
I will get to that, and I want to spend time with Ilva separately. But I think they might not even recognize Sweet's lupus form. It's changed since the last time they would have seen it. He's all white now.
Mm-hmm. They don't. They just see a couple of wolves walking through, and they sort of just move out of the way.
Yeah. I'll get to that in a moment.
So, the pack rolls up on the Master of the Right's cabin.
And Sweets isn't even gonna knock. He'll use the weight of his body to just bludgeon her door open.
Lorelei and Hana, how do you feel about this since you just came from there? Tiara has taught you a lot.
We should probably be a little polite. Just kind of little resting. It's
Like-
So was I.
yeah, but you were woken up by a sweet song. You're breaking.
Hannah.
Okay.
And you will understand. Be silent and listen to my words. And Sweets will stop and go over to Hana and just rub his head up against the inside of her knee. This must happen.
All right.
Your auspice is born to be wise. And let me impart on each of you the greatest piece of wisdom that I have learned. When someone wiser than you speaks, say nothing, listen intently.
So, you use the weight of your body to open the door. What is the intention now?
He just says, Tiara!
She comes out from behind her beaded curtain. Why are you yelling?
What did you say to your mother?
Do we have to have this conversation again? Didn't we have this conversation
Answer
already?
me now and answer me true. What did you say?
I told her to stay away from us.
Did you tell her that I was dead?
I told her Crimson Howler was dead. And that's not a lie.
You think who I was does not live in my blood and my bones, girl?
I have yet to see any evidence to the contrary.
Well, I'm here now. You've woken me up. How dare you?
How dare I ask? Do everything that I can to protect the Sept from falling to Hirano. You haven't been in her presence. It affects you.
Dare you mislead her like that?
I owe her nothing.
You owe her everything!
You are in my cabin, and you will not speak to me that way.
And you are my daughter. I will speak to you in the way that is befitting to the mistakes that you have made.
I'm the master of the right. You do not have the right to speak to me this way.
You are Tiara, daughter of Sense the Sweetwater. This is not a duty within the Sept. This is not of importance to our safety in the Sept. I am not speaking to you as the right master. I am speaking to you as my daughter.
And why
And
did
if
you
you
roll
think
up
there-
here with your pack, Sense the Sweetwater?
They chose to follow. I did not ask them to come. This is between you and I, and he'll shut the door behind him.
Hannah's just kind of like sticking by the front door, like her back pressed against the wall, listening in, just looking to Lorelei, and the others just like chewing on the joint, like, fuck.
Timber's outside pacing back and forth, deciding whether or not to get Cascada. Or
Well,
to
someone should think
inform
of it.
everyone. Yeah. So Timber's pacing back and forth. And then she takes off. And she's gonna go get Cascada because this is gonna get out of control.
Perfect.
Especially if old man has not had pills, this is going to be bad.
Perfect.
Oh, there she goes.
He'll be back. I'm sure. This doesn't sound good. This doesn't sound real good at all.
Listen,
Hana pressed up against the wall. This doesn't sound good.
Oh no! You're misunderstanding. My back. I'm like doing that thing where it's like you're just like hanging out on the
Just
wall.
like-
yeah.
Guys,
Near the
this
door,
sounds
like-
terrible.
I'm doing the lean near the door.
Mhm. We have to
And
remember
also
how
gotta-
young Hana is.
Yeah, also gotta lean into that personality Timber has. She's gonna, every time she passes someone, being like, "Oh, that fight is bad, a bad fight. Oh, you should see it." Whew.
Perfect.
Oh, this is gonna
God
Well-
damn it, Timber.
Until this gets interrupted, what is going on inside the cabin suites?
Why would you hurt her like that?
I didn't hurt her.
You
She
did.
hurt us when she abandoned Gaia. I don't understand why we have to keep having this conversation.
Because you aren't seeing. Night Mist. Night Mist is her nephew. Her son was killed by her nephew.
And
You shut yourself off to what we are. What separates us from the bloodsuckers. We are families bonded in love and blood. And you have shut yourself off to the most strength you ever had, which is the love that your mother bore for you. And the love that you bore for her. Don't forget.
what do you want from me? What do you want me to feel? What do you want me to do?
I want you to turn from the path that you were on, because you smell like Marcel Nightmist. I taste your rage in the air, and it's eating you alive. It is isolating your children from you, and you are becoming a monster.
The only person I see filled with rage in this room is you.
I'm not angry.
I am. I'm angry at you. I'm angry at her. And I just have to live with that.
No.
Because you can't go back. There is no spirit of time to entreat to go back and save my brother, and save Leah, and save our Cairn.
You think I don't know that?
So unless you can, I'm tired of you coming in here with your speeches and telling me all the things that you tell me, that you love me, that you care about me, that you're worried about me, that I'm falling to Hoglosk. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to see you. I don't want to speak to you unless it has to do with your duties of kin-seeking. I have nothing left for you. Not to give, not to have, not to want.
Search your heart and tell me now, do you mean what you say?
Yes.
Then you've fallen already.
I'm no Marcel Nightmist.
You are.
I'm not. I have done nothing but help protect this cairn. That is all I have done since I left Kunevald. I'm sorry that I couldn't do it with sweet honeyed words and hugs and love. That's just not how I can function. Or I'd be just like Mom.
You're becoming a monster. And you learned today that Crimson Howler isn't dead. He lives in my bones. Don't wake him again. He kills monsters. And I'll turn and leave.
As you leave, Timber is marching back with Cascada, and all of you who are leaning up against the cabin can see Timber coming back with Cascada. Who would have thought Timber would be the tattletale? But here we are.
Huh.
Cascada approaches, wearing her classic outfit. She's always wearing a black tank top and khaki pants, or cargo pants. And she says, "What is going on?" Timber, you said there was a fight.
I said there was going to be a fight. And
think we
it's
should
important that we have all the witnesses as it's a moot.
Uh-huh.
More drama than an actual fight.
Elias.
Be prepared to replace your master of the right. And Sweets will go find Ilva.
And Cascada will just say, Sweets, I told Hardrain already, please stay in your Hamid form as your human children are here. We don't need someone running from the delirium during the meal.
I accept your wisdom.
Elias, what the hell's going on?
More of the same. But
Is this
I
because of
don't
what
know.
I told you? Did you tell him and then he got upset?
no, that is yet to be dealt with. This is a whole other matter. I only know bits and pieces. She did something that wounded him.
Are you going to speak with her, or are you going to let it be?
I'm going to speak with her about what we needed to and approach the subject delicately. I think that it's time to intervene.
All right. Well, you do that. I'm going to talk to the new pups, because I don't know if they know what a mood is. And
Excellent.
how we do it.
Are we in earshot?
Mhm.
Is that like that thing from the Lord of the Rings? You know, with the ants and the trees and stuff?
Maybe.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Lorelei?
I think so.
I grew up in a very small village. I don't think we had copies of Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
That was a movie night.
we should. Yeah.
All right. Yes, the Berlin pack should be here soon, I hope. They're late.
We'll take the joint from Hana's mouth. Best behavior.
It wasn't lit.
I don't care.
Alright.
Cascada walks over to both of you, and as I've described Cascada before, she is a woman who she has. It's sort of a vaguely what we would call here in Europe Western Asian, or Asian from the steppes. She looks Siberian or maybe Mongolian. It's kind of hard to tell. And she's fairly tall and lean. And she says, I don't want you to be worried today. It's whatever Moorwalker wants to talk about. If it's serious or not, we'll take care of it. That's what we're here for. We are warriors for Gaia, whether we are new pups or old pups. And she sort of looks over at Sweets. But sometimes at moots, when we gather, there's an airing of grievances. And werewolves can challenge each other over slights, perceived or otherwise. Does that make sense?
Fights can happen,
Yes.
is what you're telling us.
Well, yes, but they are sanctioned and regulated by the master of the challenge.
Like a gentleman's duel? Gentle person?
According to the litany, if someone surrenders, then you must honor it. But you don't have to surrender.
Wait, are these usually to the death then?
They can be. It depends.
Aren't we spread thin enough as it is? Why would we be fighting to the death?
I am in agreement with you, Anna. But these are our ways. It's not for me to judge whether you want to die over a slight.
Humans do it too.
Right.
That's a fair enough point. But if there is anything that you would like to challenge anyone about, Sweets is serving as master of the challenge today. Which I am regretting that decision now.
I was about to say, I'd rather not with anything with that right now. Yeah.
And you have a voice to speak at the moot. Any concerns that are brought up, you are allowed to speak your mind. However, those who sit on the council hold a higher station than you. Their words must be adhered to. That includes me, Elias, Sweets, Crookpaw.
Understood.
Gotcha.
You'll do great. and we'll eat and drink and have a good time before we start getting into anything unpleasant. But you should absolutely come over and try my Kebaba Shola. I'm very proud of it. I think it's very good.
Oh, yes, please.
Timber's been sitting there humming Fleetwood Mac, and when she hears Cascada has made something,
I hate you, as I don't. I'm joking.
Just stops and like behind Cascada's back, just
We were all told to be in Hamid form then?
Yes.
So Timber is currently in Hamid form.
I'm pretty sure when Timber walked up to Cascada's cabin in Lupus form, she went, Timber, what
Please
the
be
fuck?
in Hamid form. We have humans here.
All right. Hana's gonna go up to Timber and just like pat her on the back and say, "This will be fun. This will be very fun." And I would like to try to slip the note the money note that she had given me before into whatever pocket or place that I can. I would like to reverse pickpocket Timber.
Okay. So make me a Dex and Larceny roll. Or Composure and Larceny, whichever's good, whichever you prefer. And Timber can make me a Wits and Awareness roll.
Other decks.
You could call it fill pocketing, and that means two things.
You can call it the Shady Sands Shuffle.
My God. That is 4 successes.
And awareness. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5 successes.
Mm-hmm. You definitely notice.
So, as you pat Timber on the back, she's gonna spin around and grab your hands.
It's going to be okay. I'll get your joint back for you.
Thank you. Yes, that would be really good. I know they don't like me smoking around here, but I still like having in my mouth.
I know this is what you came to me for.
Yeah, yes, that and nothing else.
The good vibes. And she's gonna kind of back up to the point where Hana can't touch her.
Mm-hmm. Sweets, you head over to Ilva and Bertrand. You see that your children or your grandchildren rather, are not here at the moment. They're off running around with other people who are slowly arriving. And you notice that your daughter Ilva has cut off all of her hair. She's cut it extremely short. You've never seen her hair this short. She has the same type of hair as Maggie. She's got curly, dark hair, and Maggie's blue eyes. But she's also dressed in like clothes you haven't seen her wear in a long time. Sort of, it almost looks like she's wearing pajamas.
I think Sweets will just run over and wrap his arms around both of them.
Mm-hmm. Bertrand seems very, very excited to see you, and he says, "How you doing, Dad? You look good."
Don't look as good as I used to, son. But, I'm getting by.
How come you don't ever come into the city?
There was a while there Cascada wouldn't let us, and I just... If I can be really honest with you, son, I've kind of had an issue falling asleep in the last few years.
Like a fatigue disease, or...
Maybe. I don't... It's... I know you guys don't like to get wrapped up in, what I've got going on. But
I mean, I just don't understand it, really. I never really did,
I mean, the spirit that's supposed to walk with me all the time is, renowned for being tireless, and I gotta talk to him about it.
That'll never not be weird, Dad, but...
Yeah.
I wanted to give you something, and he pulls out his fanny pack. Most German men carry fanny packs. And he pulls out a big wad of cash. This is for you. It's from the auction house. It's doing really, really well.
Jürgen. I mean, shit. Sorry.
It's okay.
You two look so much alike.
Oh, we both know Jürgen looked more like you.
No, but So do you. You're look at you. You're starting to grow into my face. Look. Can I tell you something?
Of course. But you have to promise to take the money.
Hear what I have to say, and then we can decide on that. I have heard that your mother might be living on the streets in Berlin.
What?
Yeah. Take that money. They have what I think they're called support systems for people that are living on the street. Just put the money towards that. Please.
You mean give it to charity, is what you're saying?
Is that what it's called?
Maybe. He splits it in half. I'll put half in. But you have to take something. Mom would want you to have something. She built this business, and she built it for you and for us. So you have to take something.
She built it for you, kids. But I understand your meaning, and I appreciate it. Full disclosure, it's just going to go into keeping this place running.
I don't care what you use it for.
All right.
And you have to come into the city at some point and come have brunch with me and Alyosha.
Right. Hey, were you at Bergain like 16 months ago?
What a weird question, Dad.
I was...
Probably not. That's not really my scene.
I had to go into the city for something urgent for a night. Had to just go in, get it, and get back. Get her and get back. I smelled you, Bertrand. I smelled you there.
Creepy. Alyosha's a bouncer there.
Oh, makes sense. I'm sorry I didn't get the chance to stop and say hello then.
Well, he's busy.
Would that have been weird for you if I said hello to your boyfriend without you being there? I don't want to.
No, I talk about you all the time, just not everything.
Right.
I told him you're from New York.
I am from New York. Yeah, that's the truth. No, yeah, I'd love to meet him. I will brush up on my table manners before brunch. Huh?
I would appreciate that, but I'm more of the table manners. I'm the guy with the grape shears and the,
Yeah, no, Lorelei told me I was holding the knife wrong. I don't get it.
Alyosha's different. He's, I guess, grew up like a street kid. And I don't know.
I can respect that.
It just works. It just works. My A type, his B type.
I don't think I needed to know about your sex life.
Dad, come on.
What was that? Not what that was?
No, it wasn't at all what I was saying.
I'm sorry. I really am trying to keep up. I'm doing my best here, son.
Bertrand sort of looks over at Ilva, who has remained quiet this whole time, and he sort of just nudges her. I'm gonna go and help Marcus with that hollandaise. I know he thinks he knows how to make it, but I know he doesn't really know how to make it. He's gonna put way too much vinegar in it and ruin it.
Yeah, you were always the dab hand in the kitchen, so if you could give him a hand, I'd appreciate
Lemon
it.
juice, not vinegar.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, just give me a minute with your sister.
Take all the time.
Sweets will just look over at Ilva and just smile.
As soon as you smile at her, she immediately puts her arms around you and buries her head into your chest.
No, baby. I missed you. You've been gone for so long.
And you can tell now that she's crying.
Oh, honey. What's going on?
I'm so sorry, Dad.
You have nothing to apologize for. What's going on? Talk to me.
I left my job. I quit my job. I left everything. The pressure of everything was too much. I couldn't do it anymore. I was losing track, losing sight of everything that I had built and everything I was trying to do, trying to make the world a better place. And I'm just like Mom. I'm just like her.
You did great. You did everything you could do. And then you did the smartest thing you could do. You came home. You did everything right, Elva. Did everything right.
No. I had so much more to do and I was just so empty. I'd given everything of myself.
That's the little spiders putting thoughts in your head. You built everything you could. You remember what I told you when you told me that you were going to take this job? I told you, I said, Elva, build what you can, but the most important part is planting seeds for the person who comes after you.
Dad, I just wanted to show you that humans aren't all bad.
Honey, I never thought they were.
I know, but we all grew up in the cairn. We all heard what they would say. And I just wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to prove them wrong so bad, and I burned myself out. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life.
I'm sorry that the things that Marcel said stuck with you. I was just talking to Tiara about that.
Is she okay?
No. And it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Where's Talia?
She should be here soon.
I'm so sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. Will you stay here with me for a while?
I've been staying with Bertrand in his apartment and with the kids. Kind of like it there. It's really,
Just a few days?
Really close to my therapist.
Okay. And your therapist is good? You, what did Hannah say? You vibe with them?
Yeah, I guess so. She's like a specialty in corporate burnout. If you understand what that means.
I understand that it means something to you, and I have faith in that.
Bertrand really wants me to try and get back on my feet and, just come with him to the auction house every day, but I haven't been able to. This is my first time leaving the house in like a month.
Why don't you just stay here with me for a few days, and then you can hold me accountable to the promise that I just made your brother for lunch. And
I want to. And please don't take this the wrong way. I told Bertrand I'm not staying for the moot. I can't be around another moot. I can't do it.
I understand. I know last time things were bad.
Last time Jürgen died. And I lost my home.
I know. After the moot's over, just come back for a day. Maybe 2.
Maybe.
I had the... I don't know how to explain it. There are these kids that I found, and now I take care of them. And they take care of each other, and I really want you to meet Lorelei.
So Mom isn't here.
No, baby.
I was stupid. stupid.
No, it's not. Don't ever say it's stupid. I look for her every day. It's not stupid.
I'll never understand, not really, what it means to be what you are, obviously. But I understand now why she left. I get it now.
No. No. Don't get it. Understand it.
It's a synonym. Means the same thing.
Sorry. I don't...
I know, Dad.
Yeah. Look, I've had Lorelei kind of following your stuff. I put cracked teeth onto your stuff.
Cracked teeth? What's wrong with his teeth?
They're not actually cracked. I don't know how he got that name. But look, I know you feel like that part of your life is done. But you inspire me, Nova, every day. Even though I don't fully understand what you do, I know what it's about. And us, I mean, all of these guru here, they need something more than fighting battles for Gaia. There are other ways. There are other ways to give life back to our mother, and you were doing it. And I think we need your help. I think we need to learn from you.
Dad, please, I can't take any more pressure. I'm sorry.
No, it's no pressure. If you can't do it, you can't do it. I understand.
You don't know what it was like. You have
don't.
no idea what it was like.
I don't. Tell me, what was it like?
I had hundreds, thousands of people under me, not literally, working under me. Labs that I had to control what they were doing, how they were doing it, what they were doing, budgeting, and trying to maintain some sort of level of ethics that was just, it was like I was pushing a stone uphill all by myself, a massive boulder twice my size, and I did it for so long, and I couldn't push it up the hill anymore.
Your brother was like that. Strong. In his beliefs, in what he stood for. That's your mother in you. Never be ashamed of that. Do everything you can and know when it's time to stop.
The world really is an evil place, Dad. Even people who are trying to make it better.
What happened? What makes you've never spoken like that before? What changed? What did you see?
My research was being used to exploit children, the elderly overseas. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe, after everything, people who knew me, everything that I said, everything that I stated, that they would do that. They didn't care, because all that mattered was the bottom line. Money.
I know you're tired right now.
I don't know how much of my research maimed or killed people. What it polluted. What it destroyed.
I know you're tired. I want to spend some time with you.
I want to spend time with you. Will you give me some time, though?
Yeah.
To feel better.
Of course. I'd give you the world if I could, darling.
Don't need the world. I need to find a new purpose.
You remember that old TV show your mom and I used to watch? I'd make a lasso and throw it around the moon and pull it down if I could for you, Alice.
I don't. I'm sorry.
She'll just kind of rub her cheek. I would do anything for you, for all of you. I know I'm bad at what did Cascada say? Juggling plates.
You do your best, Dad, and you always have.
Yeah, tell that to your sister.
Which one?
Which one do you think?
You know, the rest of us younger kids used to say the same thing. Can't tell Tiara shit. You can only make her eat it.
I'm gonna have to make her eat it today at this moot. And I'm glad you're not gonna be here.
I'm gonna get something to drink.
Yeah, I think there's some Rhubarberscholle.
Rhubarberscholle. That sounds nice.
Yeah, he'll just point towards Cascada's cabin. I think she's got some in there.
Okay. Well, I'll be around until the moot starts, then.
Yeah.
You won't see me here.
Yeah. I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
She sort of just squeezes your hand and walks over to where these big tables are set up. The mess hall's doors have been wide open so that it's much more open under the sky, so to speak. Timber and Hana, what do you think you've been doing in this time?
That's actually a good question.
Now, Timber came back with some
So-
rabbits, so is Timber cooking rabbit? Is Timber trying to figure out how to cook rabbit and be asking Hana how to cook rabbit, or doing something else?
Timber would have taken the rabbit to the kitchens and been like, here you go.
Well,
And then
what am I
like,
supposed to do with this?
You do the thing with the pens, and then you don't make the people sick.
Do you mean cooking?
Sure.
Do you want me to teach you how to cook? Do you just eat this raw usually?
Yes. Why waste time?
That's gross.
And then, excuse Hana, this is how we did things. We go hunting, you eat the rabbit, you share meal. It's what Pack does.
We go hunting, we bring meal back, and we cook it.
No, we're what did Cascada say? Give her some time. She needs to ease into it. But like it's been almost over a year.
Hold on.
Like you should
Let's rewind that a little bit. Do that accent again?
What accent?
You sounded exactly like Cascada.
Yes. That's what Cascada said to Timber, so Timber said what Cascada said.
Do me next.
Why?
It's
Hana's
funny.
words
It's
come out of Hana's mouth. Hana knows what Hana sounds like.
Yeah, but you're good at mimicry. You're good at accents. Cool.
That moment, you hear a caw, both of you do, at the top of, as I said, where this has been opened up. And you see a ethereal crow up there, Hana. And the crow says, "Got something for me?" And looks at you, Timber.
yes. Timber would have probably swiped the joint from Elias and kind of sheepishly kind of looks at Hana and holds it up and then holds up some of the stuff she's taken from the guests that arrived out of various pockets.
Make me a Dex and Larceny roll and I'll tell you what you've taken.
Okay, perfect.
Is that my joint?
No, 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 no,
It's got my
No.
lipstick on it.
no. No.
Timber's joint. Okay, so you have the joint, which we already know that you've taken. The other two things you've taken is from Daddy Crookpaw, who you have a
Excellent.
great time taking things from him, is he had some jerky. You're not sure what specific type of meat he had, but he had some jerky in his pocket, which you have taken. And from Provan, you snatched his watch.
Is that the other Ragabash?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm so proud of that.
So, here you go, my friend.
And she's gonna lay it out.
Mhm.
And she's also gonna take and break off one of the legs from the rabbit and put it there.
You watch this ethereal crow fly down and sort of bob its head at each thing, inspecting it. You say, "Good job. You can keep using my voice."
Hana is gonna kind of like lean in and kind of like get really close, like looking, like almost examining the crow, and just like curiosity, fascination. Like, who are you?
Crow.
I assume this is my first time, like,
Mhm.
seeing this interaction happen here. So, what's going on with this? Is this like me with Rat?
I don't know. I don't speak with Rat, really. This is my friend Crow. I give Crow gifts, and
I give Timber gift.
yes. Good friendship.
That's-
From when I first changed.
What do you do with the gifts?
Rude.
I keep.
I see.
If Timber wants my voice, I ask for gift. Timber give me gift.
Timber have voice.
I like Ragabash.
I see.
Timber
I
like
see.
Crow too.
You're not Ragabash. You get no gift.
I don't think I would.
How you say Timber? Denied. It says it in a strange computerized voice.
Access denied.
Did you say that as Timber?
Yes.
What I'm talking about. You're good at that. That's really cool. That's a
Thank
talent.
you. Thank you. I teach Timber.
Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. Wonder how often would you say I've communicated with Rat at this point?
Besides the time that you saw Rat in your first change, you have not met any other Rat spirit. Not yet.
Okay, interesting. Rat hasn't really approached me again.
This
yet.
is not
I wonder-
really Rat's domain. Out here in the sticks.
Oh, okay. Wonder. Well, it was nice to meet you, Pro.
Correct.
Hana's just gonna just like just watch out of fascination, like she's studying.
You watch all the objects evaporate, and then Crow evaporate.
So with the rat, like, this is totally normal for Timber. So she just, all right. So you put it on the pan and you do the thing like Marcus. Yes. Timber will watch, and that is how Timber
Okay.
will learn.
Okay, I didn't do a lot of the cooking myself, but they did teach us a little bit at the home. So I'll do my best. Are you gonna make me roll?
Yep, roll me an intelligence and craft. Don't worry, you watch Bertrand walk into the mess hall and come over to Marcus and start telling Marcus that he needs to throw the hollandaise sauce away because it's wrong, and he's going to make it himself and roll up his sleeves and start making it, and Marcus looks very frustrated.
That's okay. I would like it to be known that I only have 3 dice for this because I have 0 in craft, but that's 3 successes on a crit.
Perfect. So 3 successes on a crit, so you got 2.
I got two of the green dice have the slashes with the star or
So
dots
that's
on
5 successes.
5.
Oh, 5. Okay, I'm misunderstanding.
So you
how
watch.
these work.
So you watch. Yeah. So those with the stars is a critical. You get 2 of them, it's 4 successes. So you watch
Okay.
Hana say like, "Well, I really don't know too much about cooking," and then Hana rolls up her sleeves or takes off her jacket and she pulls out one of these knives. She's like, "Yeah, it's good." Takes the sharpener, sharpens the knife, and begins dressing the rabbit. And
I'd like to add, probably gonna do like a little bit of like a practice like twirl with the knife in her fingers and stuff.
and begins cutting up some shallots and some garlic and basting it in butter and oil and all this. So it's smelling pretty good. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good meal. And you see Bertrand look over at what Hana's doing, doesn't say anything, and just sort of nods in approval. Well, then goes back to berating Marcus for his terrible hollandaise that broke.
I may not be perfect or like what do they call it, a 5-star was it Michelin chef or whatever the crap is that the hoity-toities call themselves, but I don't know, I find it relaxing. I find it nice. I usually like to have a joint in my mouth while I'm doing this, but can't really do that
For
now,
that
can I?
amazing success, I'm going to give you a dot in craft and a specialty in culinary. I'm giving that to you.
Thank you.
Can Timber hear what's going on with Marcus and Bertrand?
Yes.
And is listening to Hana describe how you get stars for cooking,
Yeah.
and whoever this man Michelin is approves of it.
She's
Well-
also going through the process of like showing you and saying like the steps that she's doing too.
Did you learn from Michelin?
It's
Also, how does one break sauce? Is the sauce like when Timber tried to crack egg and the shell, like you break the sauce into?
Bertrand sort of turns
didn't-
back and looks at you. You must be wolf-born like my dad.
You're the pup from Berlin.
Yes.
No, I know. We brought you home from Berlin. No, the Bertrand's in line.
I beg your pardon?
We went to Berlin. Sweet tried to find you while we were in job. For this
Oh.
one.
Hi.
Yes. I was told. And I'm not a pup. I know my dad says I am, but I'm not a pup.
But
Just a person.
I haven't said that in years, Bertrand.
Well, I don't know what you say
No.
when I'm not around.
Hey, question. Sorry, don't mean to disrupt the conversation. That Jugendheim that burned down in Berlin, what's the media coverage on that?
Hana gets very fucking tense, very serious in the face, and turns to the food that she's prepping.
Oh, God, that was over a year ago. I mean, it's dead now, but I think it was considered to be a electrical fire.
All right.
Now, I'm gonna say at the moment that said, she was about to like make a cut into the meat, and then she just jabs it into the board instead, and her hand shaking.
you missed.
Yep, I did, didn't I? Electrical fire?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hana, that's what it was, right?
Sure. Yeah, Timber and Sweets, you both notice that Hana's lips twitch, like she's gonna say something different, but then she just reels herself in a little bit in a moment. Just yeah, right. That yeah, it's a damn shame. She's just carving at the food.
Bertrand looks over and says, "You're cooking really well, so not lupus-born. You should see my dad, or you should have seen my dad try and cook for us when we were kids. That was really funny."
Listen, I burnt the Käsespätzle one time.
Oh, you did way more than burn the Käsespätzle.
Timber would like to hear these stories, and she's gonna come sit on the counter by Bertrand and just.
You said it a couple of times. Lupus born? What does that mean? Is
Wolfborn.
Wolfborn?
We don't all get born as humans like you did, Hannah.
And sometimes two wolves get together and make a human baby. And that's not weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make 6.
How does that even work?
I don't know. I guess
What?
no one told my parents what a condom was.
Bertrand.
So sometimes,
How
It
about we all just settle on letting Gaia have our mysteries, huh?
So one time, when when my mom had started the auction house and my dad was left with all of us kids,
Oh god.
except for Talia, she wasn't born yet. And he had to make us dinner. And he thought it would be a really good idea if he went out and he got giddy fowl that was in the cairn. Problem is no one told him that poultry had to be cooked to a certain degree. And we all got food poisoning. My mom was real happy when she got home and we were all puking all over the cabin.
She's gonna pull the knife out as she's doing a cut, and she's gonna point to Timber. This is why we don't eat meat raw.
this is why we eat meat while fur.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Not all of us were blessed with fur. We came out furless.
So that's also possible.
Timber
So-
does not hold it against, like she's gonna put a hand on Bertrand's shoulder. Timber does not hold it against Sweet's pups.
There's nothing to hold it against at all. It's okay to be human.
Yeah.
Sure.
Look, Gaia's got mysteries, and the fact that my mate and I are both lupus born and we had a bunch of human children is just one of those mysteries.
Yes, Timber's mother was Wolf before disappearing, and Crookpaw was Wolf, and then Timber, Rain, Pinecone's born. All Garou.
So how much did Twilight get right?
Oh, get fucked.
I don't like the night. No, Timber was not born at night. Timber was born during day with Rains and Pinecones.
Bertrand, when you say the Twilight comment, Bertrand says, I've been told that a lot of the movies that get made are just propaganda from vampires.
Yeah, who'd you hear that from?
You hear things.
You know, 16 months ago, I thought this was all fantasy. And now I'm sitting here in this place, having after everything, and werewolves, vampires.
What do you think about that? Vampires being real.
I found out two of my closest friends from the home that I grew up in wanted to kill me and were vampires. So I honestly don't know how to feel about that. Asked me before this, probably would have thought, "Oh, neat, cool." Same thing with the werewolf thing. Now I don't know what to feel. Everything's gone.
What?
She seems to be handling this well.
It's
Not at all.
It's been a year.
Sarcasm,
Hana.
Dad. Sarcasm.
Like
Oh, right.
you're home
Yeah,
now. You have many things. So much at Cairn.
My home.
Your home is here now.
It's been a year. It's been over a year, and we still haven't done anything about. Sorry, I have so much fucking anger with this.
Hana, you may increase your rage to 2 if you like.
Yes, please.
I think part of that's my fault, because we didn't let you kill during your first change. I think maybe things would have been different for you if you had.
Oh, Jesus
I've
Christ.
never met a Theurge that holds on to rage like you. You gotta let that shit go.
We just pretending that we're not talking about Tiara.
Are we allowed to talk about this now? Because Timber would like to.
Oh, Christ. What? What are we talking about?
You got in fight with Tiara. Sweets and Tiara.
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 Tiara is a thing you wear on your head.
I don't speak with Right Master much. I talk directly with Spirit. Though not a lot of answer. So Tiara and Sweets. Tiara very angry. Rage is good. The rage fills you up, but you have to let it. You gotta let it go, kid.
There's still like a lot of tension in Hana. There's like that seethingness, but the second that Timber does the voice, there's like a little bit more, like there's a little bit more looser, and she just like smiles a little bit. Yeah,
Tiara spent a lot of time looking out for you two boys, looking to Marcus and Bertrand. I'm not gonna put it on you to maybe talk to her. But the same sickness that made your cousin Marcel lose it, she's got it.
It doesn't surprise me, Bertrand says. Once she became Garu, she had wanted little to nothing to do with the rest of us.
That's also my fault.
Sickness?
Hoglosk. The thing that claimed the cult of Fenris. The sickness that is inside of them, that consumes them and fills them with rage. You know, that thing that you're having a problem holding on to.
Well, it's not like I've had a great outlet for it, she says as she makes another hard cut.
What better outlet could you want? There's miles of forest out here with nobody to hear you scream.
That moment as you're talking about Hauglosk, you hear someone behind you, Sweets. Smell someone familiar. And she says, and we need to cut out the rot of Hauglosk from this cairn. And it is Talia. Turn to see your youngest, your Silverfang Philodox. She has one milky eye, just like Maggie's, but it's not cataracts. You recognize this, though. She has a massive scar that goes across her eye in her Hamid form, and she is blind in one eye. You recognize this from one of your former tribe mates. One eye, back in Septa the Greenfield. This is a particular gift of Black Spiral Dancers. They can cause permanent damage that Garu cannot regenerate from.
Sweets will rush over to her immediately. Did you kill it?
Of course I did.
There are more.
We burned their hive to the ground. Well, metaphorically speaking, it was under the ground. Hi, Dad.
Hi, baby.
And at that moment, Pinecones comes running in lupus form, with Cascada very close behind him, asking him, begging him not to do that. And unfortunately, he becomes Hamid right in front of you, and Bertrand and Marcus both have a panic. Marcus knocks over the hollandaise that Bertrand just finished, and Bertrand burns himself on the stove, yells out.
I was gonna say, because if Talia is here, that means Pinecones is here because they're in the same pack.
Yeah.
So, like, Timber leaps off the counter and, like, wraps her arms around Pinecones and is just, like, rapidly talking to him about how much she missed him and...
Pinecones, who also speaks Polish, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you watch your two children suffer from the deal, and Bertrand yells out, "Fuck!"
Sweets is gonna walk over and grab Pinecones by the nape of his neck and just lean into his ear. You should have listened to Cascada. Please act with more wisdom in the future. And then he'll just rub the small of his back. Thank you for keeping Talia as safe as you could. I appreciate it. He'll just pat the back of his shoulder and start trying to help Bertrand with his burn.
Elias, you head over into Tiara's cabin, but you realize that she is not in there. She has slipped out, whether in lupus form or some other way, passed through the Umbra, as you know she can do. She's not in there. So as you leave the cabin, you notice that the Berlin pack has arrived, and you see Moorwalker, who is the reason for this moot in the first place. And he sees you, and he says, coming out of Tiara's cabin, that can only be horrible news.
Yeah, well, it would have been if she'd have been in there, but here we are.
He holds his hand out to you.
I'll take it.
And he pulls you in for a hug.
I'll grip him tight.
How you doing, Wormfoe?
Don't say it like that.
I really don't know how else to say it.
You know, we out here.
We sure are. Well, actually, you're here. We've been out there. Not that I don't like having you ring-a-ding-ding in my brain every once in a while, but I do miss you on the streets.
Yeah, me too. But I'm needed here. I'm assuming that this moot, you have news? There's things to be... What's the show for, man?
How about something cataclysmic?
Outstanding. Anything that needs... fuck, I guess we'll talk about it at the moot. Are you good?
Well, I should let you know I'm not the pack leader of the Berlin pack anymore. Talia is.
When the fuck did that happen?
About the time that she found out that I knew where her mother was.
Oh. Right on. And when the fuck did that happen?
About 6 months after I got here. I'm a silent strider, of course I could find her. It's kind of what we do.
You didn't think to tell Sweets, who's been looking for her and made it very
Look.
actively known?
I was going off of I was going off of Tiara's vibe. I was into her at the time. We had 2 fucking kids together, okay? I wasn't going to cause waves around that. That was her business, their business. But Talia and I have been in a pack for a while. I kind of liked the kid, so I told her. She broke my jaw.
You deserved it.
I agree. And then I conceded pack leader to her.
Sweets is going to do a lot more than break your jaw if he finds out you've known since...
I don't think Talia will let him, but sure. That's fair.
What's Talia's deal?
What do you mean?
Her ascension to pack leader for your Berlin pack.
She's a Silverfang. I mean, it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah, but now I hear she wants to vie for even higher ambitions.
Oh, you mean challenging Tiara?
Yep, that'll be it.
That's not what she wants.
What does she want?
She wants to expel her from the cairn.
Because she knew.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
And we've all heard the rumors that she communicates with Wolf, and Talia thinks that's reason enough to expel her from the cairn, and she's willing to fight to the death over it.
Out fucking standing. We are in the middle of war. We are in the midst of preparations, and
oh, brother,
all but
brother, you have no fucking idea what we're dealing with. Let's eat first, though. I'm starving.
Sure.
And I heard there's new pups here. I love new pups. You know that.
Don't teach them anything.
I've suddenly gone deaf. And he starts wandering off.
break his fucking jaw again. Follow after him.
Lorelei, you can also find yourself here in the mess hall where Talia has arrived. She's missing an eye, or not really missing an eye. She has one white eye. She's been blinded by something. And Pinecones ran in his lupus form and caused Sweets' 2 human children to have the delirium. A mess was made and Bertrand burned his hand on the stove. But Sweets, would you like to speak with Talia? Or would you like to help your children? What are you doing?
He's helping Bertrand with his burn right now, but when that's done, he would like to speak with all of the assembled people.
Lorelei, you also watched 2 other werewolves walk in. 2 werewolves you don't know, but you know them by name. Crack Teeth and Licks the Wound. Licks the Wound is a Theurge. She has long dark hair. Both of them are of, looks like Turkish descent. And, say game recognizes game, put it that way. And Licks the Wound immediately holds her hand out to you, and she says, "You must be one of the Theurges I've heard about. I'm Yasmin. So, I have to ask, do you prefer jasmine or lavender in practice?"
Oh, it depends. Lavender is good to keep the vibe calm, but jasmine can really, spice things up.
Well, I think you know what I'm asking. When you open the passage into the Umbra, you see, I have found that jasmine is a much better calming, even though you'd think it'd be lavender, jasmine is a much better calming when I have to deal with the chaos of the spirit wilds.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Where's the other Theurge?
Right over here, and she's still I would say wrapping up the cooking at this point, and she's just gonna I assume we're all gathered around. Is there an island around that
Yeah,
we're
it's
gathered
like a outdoor kitchen.
Got you. And she's gonna place it on a table at her near, and she's gonna say, "Try it out. Rabbit that Timber brought back. Couldn't smoke my joint, so decided to calm myself with some cooking."
Oh, you should come back with us to Berlin.
Oh, I miss Berlin so much.
You're from Berlin.
Yeah.
You should come back with us.
What part of Berlin did you say? Was it again?
Kreuzberg.
Kreuzberg is where I'm from.
Oh, we live in the Mitte.
I think I've been, but I want to go. I'd love to visit at some point.
So, when you open a passage to the Umbra, lavender or jasmine?
I'm always a lavender girly.
I can tell just by your answer that you haven't learned how to do it yet.
No,
It's
but
okay.
I love lavender.
You'll learn. You also see another person walked in, Crack Teeth, and he has headphones on, which you can, again, on a game recognizes game. He has headphones on, and he has a tablet in his hand, and he's carrying a power bank that's sort of attached to him, and he's he's mumbling to himself, going gotta get a fucking signal in of here, I'm gonna get the projector working.
Hello, my brother's mate. How are you and your cloud house?
My cloud house is great. I miss it already. I have a perfect signal. Here I have
It's-
nothing.
He lives in a high rise.
Oh, okay. Cool.
How have you been, pup? You've grown up.
Well, obviously, that's how time works.
Yeah. Nobody knows that better than me.
I know. Look at you, Greybeard.
Yeah. I've gone all white.
Wait until you hear what we have to say at the moot. Then you'll really turn white. Anyway, I gotta just set up a projector. And then he wanders back out.
And I'll catch him by the arm.
Don't
What
touch. Don't
happened?
touch. This is
What
Gucci.
happened with the labyrinth?
We burned it.
Tell me the whole story.
It's gone, so I'll tell you another. I'll email it to you. How about that? I'll make it real nice.
You know I don't get emails out here.
I know, I know. That's why I said it. I have to set up a projector.
Fuck you anyway.
Hannah, you've made Rabbit and set up everything. And Cascada says, Please, we're all here. Let's sit and eat and chat before the moot.
I'm not the greatest, but I hope you all enjoy this.
I'm
Hana
sure it'll
learned
be wonderful.
directly from Michelin how to make rabbit.
That's not what I said. I said it was... Okay.
Who the fuck is Mitch Allen?
Oh my God.
It's the person who gives you stars for cooking.
It's... Hana's just looking defeated at that point. She's not going to correct him.
Pinecones pulls out a Kasten of beer, which is a big plastic case of beer that's like 36 beers in it, all glass, and plops it down loudly on the table, knocks over some glasses, and then pulls out several Tetra Paks of banana juice. And he's like, "This is what I brought. The best."
Pinecones always brings best gifts when he comes home. And so Timber will start like helping set up cups and like hyper focus on getting the exact mixture right.
Everyone is at the table. Cascada's sitting at the head of the table. We are going to assume, and anyone who's watching is going to see that we're having tech issues. But Elias is clearly sitting to Cascada's left. Moorwalker is sitting across from them. Timber, you're sitting with Pinecones. Sweets, where do you think you're sitting? You have so many people here. Who do you think you're sitting next to?
Sweets is sitting on the other side of Cascada, probably with Talia.
Okay. So you're sitting on the opposite end, Talia to your left, and who's to your right, do you think?
Ilva.
Hana, I imagine you're sitting with Lorelei. Is there anyone else you'd like to sit with, like on your opposite side?
I don't think she has a preference, really. At this point, there's a lot of people that she doesn't know.
Right. Well, Bertrand will sit down next to you.
Okay.
As well, since you have this commonality of cooking thing. And there's plenty of food here. Marcus and the hollandaise was able to be saved. Not all of it fell out of the pot. And there's white asparagus and strawberries. There's rabbit. There's deer, venison. Viomini and Provan have brought some bought food. So there's cakes and snacks of all kinds. There's vegetables for Cascada. And you may have conversations with anyone that you like. Now, I know, Hana, it's kind of hard for you to have conversations here, but if you want to jump into anybody's conversation, please just let me know. Since you are just not familiar with these people, not yet. You'll get there.
And socially awkward.
So you can just enjoy the food, and everyone really likes the rabbit. But Pinecones is just swallowing down huge clumps of venison and drinking down a pint of beer and banana juice. And he says, "You miss Pinecones? You miss?"
Timber missed Pinecones very, very much.
I mean, I'll say hard rain.
Timber.
Hard rain is also sitting with you as well. Of course. Pinecones miss Hardrain, and he sort of like takes his hand and sort of pushes on Hardrain's forehead, and misses Timber and pushes on your forehead.
And she's gonna bump into both of her siblings.
Timber is happy that Hardrain and Pinecones are home, and we're having good food. And as you tell Timber all about what you've been doing to it, because Timber has been stuck in Cairn.
But this not home. And Hardrain says, "Not our home. This your home. We have home now. New den."
The old wolf, and she's like rapid fire Polish and just kind of just waving at Sweets, and she's gonna put her hands on her heart and then smack both of her siblings in the chest. Home.
Oh, and they sort of both press their foreheads against you and both say at the same time, "Home." And you would all notice that they're speaking in Polish.
I don't fucking know Polish.
Nope, neither do you. But they changed in Poland. And Pinecone says, "I hear hard rain blow up chemical plant. We burn labyrinth."
And like pointing at Talia,
The burned whole hive is
Hive.
what
Hive.
hive.
Mhm.
Yes, whole hive. All of no escape.
It was so good. So we were in tunnels outside the Berghain. There's catacombs, dead people, bones. So we go deep in, deep in. and we find their hive. Not many. New hive. New. And we...
Not anymore.
we fight them, and we trap them in there, and we burn it. No more worms, holes. No more hive. But Talia had to stay behind so we could escape, and got hooked in the eye.
Is this still all in Polish?
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh,
I-
that is excellent story.
She has scar battle wounds.
Gaia will know she fought
And she pack leader
and
now.
won. Not. What? Wait.
It was great. She broke Moorwalker's jaw. So funny. I laugh and laugh and laugh.
Moorwalker does not know how to keep tongue behind teeth.
And then he couldn't use his tongue right away. She wouldn't let him shift. She held him down. Pretty silver against him. It was so funny.
Pine cones. Always, I so good having pine cones back.
You should come to Berlin. You will have to today.
Yes. Timber will stay with mate and pack in the cloud house, and we have time, and we'll fight Wyrm together.
No,
With Timber's pack, or
we will fight Wyrm. You need to help old wolf.
what? Pine cones knows something. Tell Timber.
Pine
Tell
cones
Timber
knows so
tell-
many things. Can't.
Pine cones knows several things.
Pine cones can't. You have to wait. Pine cones is not Ragabash. Can keep tongue inside.
Rude, and she's gonna hang on pine cones.
And Hard Rain throws food at him, and he throws food back. And Cascada sort of bangs on the table. Please?
I caught that rabbit.
Common tongue at the table, please. Thank you.
Table manners are important.
Sweet.
I would assume that the phrase Bergain was in the normal fucking, because you know it's a name. So I'm pretty sure she peeked up a little bit when she heard Bergain, and she's been watching eating the rabbit, even though she doesn't know what else is being said. She's kind of looking for tone.
Excitable tone the whole time, but it's hard. Polish is not a very common language.
Oh man.
Sweets, who are you speaking with? Talia?
He's kind of speaking to Talia and Ilva at the same time, trying to loop them into the conversation with one another, and not really taking an active part himself as much as facilitating a conversation between two sisters who haven't seen each other in a long time.
They're mostly talking pleasantries. Ilva's not getting into her personal issues here in a table with a bunch of people that she doesn't know. And she's asked Talia about her eye, and Talia just said it was a really bad fight.
Sweets will kind of pull his sweater to the side, and a similar white scar that could never heal that he got in New York. Yeah, I know what that's like.
It's a battle scar. It's something I'll be known for. When the Galliards sing my name.
Just don't let them call you One Eye. I knew a guy who went by One Eye back in New York, and he was a fucking prick.
Well, I'm lucky enough I got the deed name Bulletproof before that.
Yeah, it's true.
Metal as fuck.
Dad, why isn't Tiara here at the table?
I don't know. I don't know. But I haven't been this happy in a long time. It's the first time I've gotten to see you all at a table together in 11 years.
Well, we're missing Mom, aren't we?
Yeah. We'll have a party when Mom comes home, too.
Yeah. We need to talk about that at the moot.
What do you know?
It's for Moorwalker and Crack Teeth. They're better at speeches. But things are really bad in Berlin, Dad. Really, really bad.
Then we'll help.
We can handle it.
I didn't say you couldn't.
But I need you to take care of Mom. I can't be around her right now. I just need her somewhere safe. I need her taken care of so I can focus on fighting.
You're not alone in this.
I'm not. I have my pack.
I know. I meant your pack as a whole. You're not alone. This pack that I've gathered, they're untested. They've all passed their rite of passage, but they haven't combated the Wyrm where it dwells. And I think it's time.
We'll see.
We will be and he'll look directly at Cascada. We will be coming to Berlin.
Good. And lucky enough for you, and she looks at you, Hannah, you have someone native to Berlin.
Yeah, I can show you the streets.
And nonetheless guided by the true seeker, the best guesser.
Rat?
If we're guided by a rat, we will succeed.
Rat. I wonder if I'll be able to, because I saw Pro earlier with Timber.
Oh, did you? And he'll look to Timber. Up to your usual tricks?
It's important to keep up with your friends.
Good.
Old
I agree.
wolf.
Hey, whoa. Pump the brakes, kid.
What?
Slow down a little bit.
Timber is sitting.
I just asked if you were up to your usual tricks. There's nothing bad about that. It's what
Pine
you
Cones with a bunch of food in his mouth says, Timber doesn't drive.
do. Okay.
It's a metaphor.
That word too long. I don't like that word.
Oh, the pump the brakes thing. I get it now. No, it just means slow down a little bit.
Then just say
So
that.
So we go to Berlin. Timber makes sure Old Wolf does not fall asleep, especially driving. Already dangerous.
Elias will drive us when we go.
Good.
Got a little bit of road rage, but I dig his driving.
The car is bad.
Well, we're gonna have to get used to it. We're gonna be in a city full of them.
Berlin is not good for car. Walk. Use the 2 legs.
Or
Walk-
biking.
Walking city. Bike's good.
I like cycling.
Not for me, but for others.
No, we walk. Walking's good. Easier to run.
I can show you some fun spots. Well, I mean, some of the fun spots, I don't know, maybe infested with vampires for all I fucking know.
Kill them.
We kill leeches? Yes, kill.
Well, the only fun spot that I like going out to...
This sounds fun. Yes, Hannah, we do this. Yes.
Oh,
Timber,
okay.
Hannah, eat leeches.
We can eat them? Why would we eat?
They turn to ash when you kill them.
Ugh.
Not all of them. Not true. Old Wolf doesn't know everything.
So are
The
they
one-
actually dead? And, like, reanimated? Do we know?
Who
They're
cares?
servants of the Wyrm. What they are doesn't matter.
We make sure they did. Good time.
Sometimes they're
Yeah.
useful. Then you kill them.
Oh?
I found out 2 of my oldest friends were freaking vampires of some sort. They tried to kill me. That was nice.
And Hannah survived, and we get Hannah deed name.
Too young for deed name. Pinecones doesn't have deed name yet.
We get Pinecone's deed name too.
Pinecones first. Wolf first.
What's a deed name?
Garu first.
I'm so sorry. And switches to Polish. I'm so sorry he's in your pack, Timber. That must be helpful.
We'll get him his pillbox and he'll feel better.
He needs
He's just
ham.
grumpy.
There's no ham.
You're right. And Timber's gonna grab the ham out of her pocket and put it in front of Sweets and just kind of.
Auf Deutsch, bitte.
Dusted with pocket lint.
Schwein.
Oh.
Taschenschwein. Pocket ham.
Is good and will help Old Wolf be not so grumpy after getting woke up from nap by Song.
Not grumpy. We're going into a moot, and none of you are old enough to have gone to one before. We have gathered in the cairn for the moot. There are traditions that normally I'm willing to let be flexible, that are now adamantine. Inflexible. Too hard to bend. This is a sacred time. So when I hear words spoken out of accord with the traditions, I will correct them. That is my job. That is Talia's job. That is the job of every Philodox. Observing the traditions. And I look to Cascana. It is nearly time, is it not?
There's no need to rush it. Sweets, eat your food.
I'm not hungry. I'll wait at the gathering place.
I put so
Talia-
much effort into cooking this.
Talia takes your arm. You have to eat, Dad.
I ate a little bit. I'll be fine. I don't need to eat as much as I used to. It was delicious, Hana. Thank you.
Do you need
course.
Timber to go get your pill bottle?
No. But I do need to get something. And he will go to the gathering place and on the way there grab his cane that he's had to start using over the last few years. And he will wait at the gathering place.
Talia follows you out. You didn't seem surprised when I said that you needed to go get Mom.
I've been trying for years. Of course I'm not surprised.
It was quite a surprise to me.
I had a dream today.
Hmm.
Talia, Tiara told your mother I was dead.
I know. Moorwalker told me that. They found her 6 months after Grunewald fell. 6 months. It's been 11 years. And she
understand.
wanted to come here.
I'll bring her home. You have my word. I'll bring her home.
I already tried to bring her home. She doesn't believe that you're not dead. Because she doesn't believe Tiara would lie to her. On top of that, something is going on in the unhoused parts of Berlin.
What is it?
She wouldn't say. She asked me to get word out to wolves who could handle it. And honestly, with what we know now about what's happening in Berlin, we're stretched too thin.
I told you we'll help.
I know.
Hana's Leah's daughter.
What? Leah didn't have a daughter?
She skipped out on the cairn for a little less than a year, or around 4 years before you were born, I think. Maybe 5. I'm not surprised. It's her way. She was my best friend, and I know she kept a lot from me. I'm
You
not
mean-
surprised.
I know you're getting old, Dad. You mean 4 years after I was born.
Shit, sorry. Yeah, time. Look, kiddo, I gotta be honest with you. I'm kind of losing my grip a little bit. I mean, I gotta walk around with this fucking thing, wave the cane. And he'll just rest his forehead against hers. There's gonna be a time real soon where I'm not around to help you anymore.
She pulls you in tighter, wraps her arms around your neck. I'm not ready to let you go yet.
And I'm not ready to go yet. But I know myself. And I know it's coming. And I don't want it to be a surprise.
It won't be. But I have to let you know, Tiara, I won't let her stay in this cairn.
We'll see what happens. I'm serving as the master of the challenge right now. We'll see what happens.
She's gone. Smell. I know we're in human form, but our smell is still heightened. Smell.
She'll be back. And if she isn't...
Her children are here.
I know. And I know Bertrand and Alyosha and Ilva are looking after them. What do you know about Alyosha?
Not much. I've only met him a few times.
But you have met him?
Yeah.
Bertrand's happy.
He's as happy as Bertrand gets. Bertrand would be much happier if the world was exactly the way that he wanted it.
Well, he gets that from your mother.
You can't say that about all of us about everything. You know that, right? Some of it is from you.
Yeah, I guess.
And crazy thing is sometimes when you have kids, they develop personalities and quirks all by themselves.
You thinking about it?
No,
Come on.
it's not for me, Dad.
I'm not talking about making them on your own. These ones that I've found, they're as much as my children as you are. I love them. I look after them. I teach them.
I know you do.
There's ways to have children without making them. Now, if only I could have convinced my younger self of that. I'm just kidding. Sure, a little bit.
I would love you to have that conversation with anyone but me.
I had a dream about a year ago, about the night you were born.
Ah, my alley birth. I didn't hear that enough growing up.
You were born under direct assault of the Wyrm. And I should have kept that in mind more when I tried to guide you as a child. You were always going to be here. You were always going to be the one who stayed behind to make sure they all burned, even if it meant losing an eye. And I'm proud of you, kid.
Thanks.
That's what our family does for each other.
Well, I'm not going to let pinecones eat all of the rabbit.
Yeah. And if you get a chance, make sure you give him maybe like one shit job for making Bertrand burn himself. That would make me happy.
I kind of like him. He's loyal.
No, and both of his sisters are good kids. I found all three of them. Despite the loins from which they spawned, they're good kids.
Oh, Crookpaw's not that bad.
Now he's just a lackey.
I mean, not to get all Silverfang about it, but they're just red talons.
Griffin is an ancient and powerful spirit worthy of respect.
I'm
So
not
are-
saying I don't respect them. I'm just saying Griffin's no leader.
No, but do you know who walks in Griffin's brood? Many great leaders, the old wolf of the woods. The spirit that has no name. Ancient spirits that lead. Walk behind Griffin. So that must say something, does it not?
You know, Falcon flies above them all.
I'm glad that he took you on his wing. You deserve it. Go in there and eat with your pack. I'll wait for you at the gathering place.
Timber, how's the rabbit? Did you like it?
Michelin did so well teaching you. You have done excellent with a rabbit, even though it is not as it should be.
It's just a title. Michelin's not somebody who teaches. Michelin is just it's an achievement. It's like earning. What was that you called it? Like a title of sorts. Yeah, it's earned. I was taught by I was taught by my friend Julian.
So Julian was the
Julian.
Michelin of your house. And
Sure.
she got the
Yeah.
stars.
He
He got the stars.
yes. I
See.
maybe did he?
Your Michelin.
Hannah's getting mentally confused now.
Moorwalker sort of leans over and he says, "Hey, kid, don't worry about it. That's sort of what Ragabash do. They use a lot of words, tricksters to confuse you. It's kind of their whole gig.
Amber wouldn't do that to me. I trust her.
Crackteeth does it, but he does it with technology.
Weaver trash.
Sometimes.
So
So what was that you
we
mentioned?
hunt and Timber shows you how to eat rabbit, and then we do another rabbit where you teach like you were taught by your Dan Michelin.
That's got to be a title now. I love that.
Are
Okay.
you have face on? Is Hana okay?
Is that an honest? I mean, yes, but a no. I mean, I don't know how to answer that. If I'm perfectly honest, it's been.
Two things can be true at once, kid.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm still finding it difficult getting used to all this. I know it's been over a year, but I don't know. I'm glad that as much as I talk about it, I'm glad that I have you guys, but I just can't stop thinking of the others, the ones that yeah.
We lose people in the fight. It is what we do for Gaia.
Even innocent ones that have no idea what's going on.
The Wyrm and the Weaver don't care about the innocent ones.
But we should.
We fight for Gaia. It's what we do.
But we should also be making sure that we fight for people, right? For everybody.
Pinecone sort of holds up a leg of the deer right in your face. People, unwilling, sometimes willing. Sometimes they say, "Hey, you worm spirit, get in my body, and we be friends." They bad, humans bad.
You shouldn't write off everybody for the actions of some. That's just as bad. Is it not?
I don't think so.
What is it that's always said? Aren't we all connected? All of us in one way or another. To Gaia,
What?
to
World is broken. The Wyrm is mad. Crazy. Weaver also crazy. Wild also crazy. All crazy. Broken. We must fix. And sometimes we must kill to fix.
Sometimes there are parts that can't put together, so you cut, and then it heal. Like the foamy stuff that they put in.
Like
the
Talia's eye. It don't work no more, but it's healed over. Not bleeding anymore.
We heal what can be healed, and keep fighting
For Gaia.
for Gaia. And we'll get out there, and Timber's gonna shove, steal part of the deer leg from Pine Cones and shove it at Hana. And we're gonna go to Berlin, and we fix what can, and fight and kill, and we make better as pack.
right. Just yeah.
And we have good dinner, and then we put on what old wolf? Adamantine. And
Stupid
do
words.
the
He
work
uses
for Gaia.
stupid words. So many.
So many.
Why
was
say
surprised.
why say a lot words when you can say one little words?
Don't understand how room for teeth in
He
mouths.
not. Daddy Crookpaw, right? He only half wolf. Only half. Must be only half.
Wasn't he not what you said was lupus born?
And born in a cage, born in a zoo, with people.
What's wrong? How does that make him less?
We were born in the cave, born outside. No walls, no people.
And then we break cage that try to put us in.
Yeah. For Gaia.
And for Gaia. And it's her packmate still. She's gonna bump into Pine Cones. Sweets did many things for Gaia. Be nice to old wolf.
Crimson Howler did many things for Gaia. I've heard stories. Sweets,
Crimson
meh.
Crimson Howler's still in there, and she pushing Pine Cones.
People do change, but that's still the same person. You act like the
not
other side
same.
of him's dead.
Well, different spirit. He has different auspice. He not Arun like me anymore. Change. Now he
So that can-
Philodox.
So that can change that aspect of
No,
us.
it's not supposed to. Never supposed to. But it did. So he not the same. Can't be.
I think I need to get some fresh air. Did you actually hand Hana a deer leg?
No, he was
Is that
just
what you said?
pointing.
Oh,
He was just using it to point. So you head out, and Sweet says you're sitting out there, and you approach him. You see Cracked Teeth come over to you. Was it Glasswalker? And he's still trying to fiddle with his projector. He has a tablet open, and he says, "This isn't gonna fucking work."
Sweets will take the big ass tobacco pipe out of his sweater pocket, light it, and hand it over to Crack Teeth.
And he goes,
Just
"No, thanks."
No, you just pull a little bit. It's not for you. It's for the spirits.
My tech spirits that absolutely do not want me to be out here. Look,
What do you need?
nothing that you can help me with.
Fair
I need to lay everything out for everyone about this thing. This thing that's pulling everything into Berlin. It's a thing called the Shadow Bane. Can't really get into it right now because I need my projector. However, and he pulls out one of his phones. He has, not that phone, pulls out another one, and he hands it to you. I just got this from Maggie. And he hits the button, and of course Timber and Hana, you can hear this. It's a audio recorded message. And you hear Maggie's voice in it, and she says, this was the number that I was given. I borrowed a phone. Please, can you send someone to the shelter? And she rattles off an address. Something is happening or something is wrong, and I just need to reach out to people who can handle it, and then I won't bother anyone, I swear. Thank you.
I'm going to take my pack, and we're going to deal with it.
Well, just take a couple, slip out, and come back, because I got something I got to show everyone. If I can get the projector working.
Do you need me to pick anything up for you in town?
Yeah, like a giant satellite and some fiber optic cables and slow down time for me, would you?
Listen, kid, I've got a Ragabash and a Bone Gnar that I'm going to take with me. That's not a far-off thing for us to bring back.
I'm a Ragabash too. Big whoop. It's not helping me
I know.
now.
You said we're in earshot, right?
Yeah, you're here.
Just making sure, just double checking, triple checking. That voice of Maggie is the same voice as the woman from 16 months ago, right?
Intelligence and awareness, if you can see if you can determine that.
Intelligence and awareness.
Yeah.
Okay. That is, I'm at 2 rage, so that's 2 for the red dice, and then 1 more for intelligence of 3, and then awareness is another 3. Because I remember.
While you're rolling that, Cracked Teeth will just say, look, she doesn't want to, she's, I don't know. I know she's not, she lost her wolf, and I know, whatever, and Silverfangs go a little cuckoo choo after a while.
Watch it.
What? That is just a fact. All right? I ain't judging. It's just a fact. You gotta convince her to come back here, because Talia is not gonna have her head in the game if she's worried about her fucking mother.
You'll speak my mate with respect on your tongue, or I'll rip it out of your mouth.
Look, you don't see me or Yasmin poo-pooing, hitting around because our father is trapped in Grunewald Cairn, unless you've forgotten. So spare me.
But you will speak of my mate with respect on your tongue.
I have nothing but love for Aunt Maggie. She's just being unreasonable, and I don't have any time for it.
It's not for us to decide.
Whatever. I gave you the message.
So
You are my nephew, and I love you. Stop being a shit.
Make me. And he starts walking off.
You two, car. We're going into Berlin.
What did you roll, Hannah?
I posted it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, but one of the red dice has teeth.
It only matters if 2 have teeth.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if you rolled a little bit less than that, then you could get a brutal failure, but that's not a brutal failure.
Okay, cool.
Yes, you definitely recognize that voice as Maggie. As he passes by, Cracked Teeth hands you, because Timber, keys. He's like, take my Sprinter.
Hands me the keys?
Hands them to Timber.
Oh.
Timber is going to grin, take the keys.
I will take Timbers.
Mm-hmm. It's the Sprinter that you came home in. I tricked it out. I did it for you, for your pack. It's a gift. For Pinecoats.
All right, you
Go
two,
to Berlin.
come on.
Tell Pinecones Timber will be back soon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back in a few hours.
Better not take you that long.
And head towards the sprinter.
Yeah, just as Sweets is walking away. Has everybody here fucking forgotten that I could fuck any of them up whenever I wanted?
Timber is gonna look at the cane, and then at Sweets' face, and the cane.
Anna do drive. Timber doesn't drive. Timber.
Hannah also doesn't drive. She's way too young to have a license.
I don't know how to drive.
I'll teach you on the way there. I know how to fucking drive. I'm not too old for that yet.
Okay.
No falling asleep.
Yeah, well,
Timber will bite you.
we'll turn the radio up.
And we get in the sprinter
Mm-hmm.
to head to Berlin.
We're going back to Berlin! Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what joy! 2024 Berlin. I bet it's great there this time of year.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Berghain. We're gonna have fun. I'm kidding.
So as you head into Berlin, it's kind of a bad time to teach someone to start driving because it's raining really a lot, really heavily, and it's strange. The rain isn't natural. It's not normal. It's happening in strange patterns that seem to disappear and reappear at will. The temperature is also extremely off. It goes from cold to colder to coldest. And Hannah, I need 2 rolls from you. You're gonna hate this. I need a dexterity draw. I need a composure and drive roll. 1.
Oh,
And
can't be dexterity.
Nope. And I need a composure and drive roll, and I also need you to spend me 1 willpower and roll me intelligence and wisdom.
Okay, so let's do the composure and drive first, which is
Let's do it.
2 whole dice, and
Mhm.
because I'm at 2 rage, they're 2 red dice.
Can we add a dice for
welcome.
Sweet's help?
Sure. I'll allow it.
Okay. 3rd dice.
I'll allow it.
1 success.
1 success is all I was looking for. This is a terrible drive. Timber, you think you're going to throw up. This is awful. Sweets, you are seriously considering telling Hannah to pull over to drive. So you can drive. Now I need you to spend me 1 point of willpower and roll me intelligence and wisdom, please.
Okay, that is 1 of my 4 willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be any worse than this. Can't be any worse than teaching Tiara how to drive.
Intelligence and what was that one more time?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Your dots in wisdom. Yeah, you should have. Should give yourself.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Give yourself a dot in wisdom for
Oh,
learning
heard.
penumbral senses. So you have 1 dot.
I was
wisdom.
about to say I have no wisdom.
Nope. Give yourself 1 dot. I meant to mention that and I forgot.
1 success. The teeth count as nothing if they're right.
You have 1 success and 1 teeth.
Yeah.
That's a brutal failure. So you're not going
Okay.
to be able to tell me anything about what's happening here. You don't know. Bad weather, I guess. So you drive, and it's not great. It's not good. This driving, the car is going to come back a little bit damaged. You're going to crash into some parking meters, and you're going to go up on the curb a little bit as you pull into the address that Sweets gave you that you heard in the audio message. But you make it there in one piece, and the rain is incredibly bad. Where you go is a district of Berlin that you haven't gone to very often, Hannah. It's kind of a ritzy-ditzy part of Berlin. It's called Charlottenburg.
Mhm.
And the address is a soup kitchen, it looks like.
All right.
Well, we made it.
Sweets drives home.
I'm gonna.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Sweets drives home.
that was a good first. That was a good first effort, Hannah. I'm proud of you. That took a lot of courage. I am going to drive home.
The rain was scary. Thank you.
All right. Stay on me. One of you on each side. Walk slightly behind me. Sweet soul. Hit the buzzer if the door's locked.
It is not. It is completely open. You see quite a few people in here. And you see someone sitting in a corner that, Hannah, you will recognize immediately as the woman who gave you the falcon pin, which, of course, you aren't wearing at the moment because it is made out of silver and can be dangerous to wear it if you have to shift. She's dressed in quite a few layers, and she's seated over a table, and she's eating a bowl of soup, one of Huddy's favorite soups called Spargel cream soup. Spargel cream soup. Asparagus cream soup. Sorry, say it in English. And Sweets, you see your wife. She looks exactly the way she did in your dream.
Sweets is just gonna look at both of the pups. Stay close to me.
Yeah, that's
I
the
know.
woman.
That's my wife. That's Maggie. And he'll start to make his way across with his cane. And he'll just sit down beside her.
What is Timber and Hana doing?
Just kind of like keeping her eyes on Maggie, like just like not like cautious or anything, but just intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're sitting down, she's gonna say, "You're the woman that I met that day." Hi.
She looks up at you, and then she looks over at Sweets. Oh no. Have I died?
No, baby. I'm right here. I'm right here. I've always been right here.
She reaches out and touches you. I don't understand.
I know what Tiara said. But I'm right here. I always have been.
She immediately puts her hands over her eyes and starts sobbing. She can't help it. She looks terrible, Sweets. She looks so emaciated and so bad off from living in the streets that she starts crying. And she's being loud and making a scene. She's trembling. And a woman comes out from behind the kitchen, and she comes over to the table and...
So Timber was trying to keep an eye out to make sure like no one interrupts this.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to intercede?
Of course. The woman that you see come out of the kitchen is a woman who looks to be in her early 40s. She's curvy. She has dark hair that's up. You can tell she's wearing a smock, like she's working in the kitchen, but you can tell underneath the smock she's wearing very nice clothes.
Hello. Sorry, we've been looking for my grandmother. We heard that she was seen around this area. Could you please just give us a minute?
I could, but Maggie's been coming here since we opened, and I just want to make sure she's okay. Is she okay?
Yes. She's been gone for a very long time. Thank you so much for
Are you
taking
attempting
care of her when we
to
would...
manipulate her?
Lies! Fucking lies!
You're attempting to manipulate her. Manipulation and honor versus someone's wits and insight.
Yeah, fucking everything's gonna be fine. Manipulation.
Oh,
Honor.
I wonder who this is.
Because technically... The Timber, that's what she is, but she's trying to be human about... Okay, where'd it go? It's somewhere. I've almost found it. Okay. That is 6 successes.
12 successes.
Okay.
12, honey?
I know who. It's fine.
And she says, well, I understand. I'm just going to ask if she's okay and then leave you alone. But this is a place for people to come and receive food. It is not for visiting, simply because we cannot with the capacity. But I would be more than happy to let you speak in my office.
That would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Again, for anyone watching, we're having technical issues, but we're going to bring Elias and Lorelei back into the scene. You notice that Sweets, Timber, and Hana skipped out before the moot began. And so you said, that's not acceptable. So you and Lorelei decided to follow them. You were busy having conversations at the table, talking with Cascada, talking with Moorwalker. Lorelei wrapped up in talking with Yasmin about all the really fun Theurge stuff that she gets up to.
Yeah.
Yes. But you've talked to Crackteeth, who seemed to have talked to Sweets, and then Sweets took off. And you found out that he sent Sweets to go get Maggie, his wife, which Lorelei, you know very little about her. Elias, you've heard more than a few stories about her. And you arrive in a place called Charlottenburg. It's a very dangerous drive. It was extremely strange weather and cold, really, really cold. But you arrive, and as you walk in, you see Timber speaking to someone. And I'm going to replay that conversation again. You'll see Sweet sitting down at a table with a woman with cataracts in one eye, looks very old. Skin looks extremely damaged from living out in the elements. And this woman says, my name is Aelin. My company owns this place. It's just an outreach program, but I hope it helps people like Maggie. I'm going to go see if she's all right, though, and I need Lorelei to spend me 1 willpower, give yourself a dot in wisdom that I forgot to tell you about, and roll me intelligence and wisdom. Hannah, make me that roll again, please.
4 successes on a crit.
Much better than last time. Don't know what was going. The weather's just weird. That wasn't anything.
Weather's weird. I was too focused on the driving, to be perfectly fair, and trying not to get us killed.
2 successes, perfect. As Aelin walks over to the table, Lorelei and Hannah and Elias, you're also at the table. Sweets is there as well. Hannah and Lorelei, this woman, whoever she is, as you look at her with your penumbral senses, she is... The only way you could describe it is she is a spirit of creation. She is a spirit of wild energy. This is the type of stuff that you would see if you were looking at spirit wilds. Spirits that are wild spirits. She is a force of something. You don't know. She's not entirely human, whatever she is. Aelin comes over to the table where Maggie is currently weeping, seeing that her husband is alive and not dead, as she has believed for the last decade. And she comes over, she ignores all of you, and she comes over to Maggie and asks if she's okay. And Maggie confirms that she is, in the affirmative, that she is okay. And this woman sort of rubs her back and encourages her to have some of the soup. And then she turns to the rest of you and she says, Guten Abend.
Oh.
You are all family of Maggie?
Timber's sitting there nodding.
Yeah, she's my grandma.
These are all of my grandchildren. Thank you. Thank you for finding my wife.
Oh, your wife? Oh.
Yeah.
I did not find her. I cannot take credit for that. She's been coming here for about a year, as long as we've been open.
But you've fed her and you've looked after her, and I appreciate that.
As much as I can. And she reaches into her smock and pulls out something very commonly used here in Germany, which might seem strange to Americans, is a little vial of silver powder. It's a very commonly used thing here in Germany. I have some, but it's not in this room. And she says, Maggie, please put this on your wounds. I don't know why you are resistant. I promise it won't hurt you. It will help them heal. But Maggie refuses to take it. And she hands it to you, Sweets. Please, if you can, I promise this will help her.
I'm going to do everything I can. Thank you.
Aelin here said that we could use her office to have the conversation, Grandpa.
Yes, let me just tell my assistant to go back to the office. I won't need her anymore tonight. I'm going home after this. I'll be right back. She leaves.
Sweets will just wrap his arms around Maggie.
She's almost inconsolable. She's so distraught and sobbing.
Do you want to come home with me?
I do want to come home, but he says something's that's wrong. Something's wrong in this, not in this place, but in other places too. I need help from, and she looks at all of you. You are all wolves.
Yeah.
Someone is I don't feel comfortable speaking out here, and I cannot speak anymore in the Garu, in the tongue of our people. I can't, not for many years.
Let's go. We can talk on the way home. I'm gonna help you with this. We're gonna do this together. Maggie and Crimson and Maggie.
She just buries her face again in your chest. And all of you see Aelin come out again. She's taken off the smock and she's dressed in extraordinarily nice clothes. But the person behind her, who's also dressed in nice clothes, who seems to be her assistant, Elias, it is April.
Oh, fuck.
Intelligence and wisdom again. For my Theurges, please. April sees you and she says, Elias, im Ernst, was machst du hier in Berlin?
You're on business.
I hope that business wasn't following me.
Never again.
What did you roll?
3.
Okay, Lorelei, you don't see it right away. It's this other woman's, Aelin. Her creative energy is so overpowering, it's hard for you to focus on anything else. Hannah, however, for all of the wild energy inside of Aelin, April has the exact opposite. Everything in April is static. Hard, cold steel. Unmovable, unchanging.
While April is talking to Elias, I assume she's distracted enough to where Hannah can just reach over and kind of tap on Lorelei's hand or whatever is closest, and just kind of like do that, like.
Yeah. Lorelei will follow the gaze and concentrate.
You're kind of picking it up, but as long as Aelin stands that close to her, it's hard. It's really hard to see it.
Hannah's gonna lean in, kind of seeing. Do I kind of see like that struggle? Like, is she
yes,
like
I mean it's
around?
hard for you as well, but you see it.
He looks wrong compared to the other. Night and day, almost.
Gotcha.
Elias, what are you doing here?
Like I said, I'm here on business.
What business could you possibly have in Berlin?
Helping my granddad find his wife, that's all.
He's not your granddad. I know your whole family. We were married, you idiot.
God, you are pleasant as ever. I missed you so much.
And Aelin turns to April and starts speaking to her in Turkish, which of course you understand, and she says, April, are you saying that they are not really, are they taking Maggie? Is she in danger? You may intercede, Elias.
I will speak in Turkish. Can I just understand, or may I speak?
No, you have the linguistics talk, you can speak. And none of you knew this, because there was never an opportunity to bring it up.
I will say she's not in any danger. That really is her husband. He is like a father to me.
Make me a charisma and persuasion roll.
Oh no.
Versus Aelin's wits and insight.
Oh,
I love these scary rolls that we keep going against with like characters from the other game.
That is one die, y'all. That's
1,
not
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Guys, there are no finger wiggles that would make this happen. I appreciate
Nice.
it.
Make it so it's not teeth.
4,
It was teeth.
4 successes.
It was teeth.
That's a brutal failure. You fumble over your words. You're so angry at seeing April. She sets you. You may increase your rage. She sets you so angry, so much. She throws you off balance. She is the representation of your former life, of who you were before you were Garu, and after Garu. But everything that you hated about yourself. weakness and foolishness, and God, she would berate you. She would tell you that you weren't good enough all the time. And of course, then she divorced you on top of everything else. And April, you're not able to convince Aelin of this. Aelin comes right up to you, Sweets, and she says, "Tell me that you have no ill intention toward Maggie, and you need to make me an intelligence and resolve roll." 5, 7, 9, 10. Adelaide should remember this.
Yeah, I'm
It's fun.
very familiar. Oh god.
This, and then, you know, in the last session with me trying to steal from Catherine and shit like that, and then having to deal with that domination.
Timber's just thinking, like, we kill them. They're humans.
Oh, I'd love to see you attempt to kill Aelin.
Alternate universe time.
Oh, if you don't think I have plans for everything.
8 successes with 1 crit.
Amazing. That's not as much as her. 7 successes. So.
Your wife versus your wife.
So as she says this to you, Sweets, without any penumbral senses, you feel her power of creation, power of will. It is, you've never felt anything like this in all your years as Garou. She is something else than human. And you feel her intention fall over you as well. She is legitimately concerned about Maggie.
I would burn the world to fucking cinders before I let anything happen to her ever again. The only thing that I have ever done in over 30 years of marriage is do right by her. And I will continue to do that until the day that I die.
Aelin, her expression softens, and she reaches out and touches your face. I understand that feeling completely. Take your wife somewhere warm and safe. The weather is very strange outside today.
What do you know about that?
I have no degree in meteorology.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, New York has shit weather, but it's not like this.
Never been to New York.
You should give it a try sometime.
Perhaps I will talk to my boss and see if he wants to open a branch in New York. So, everyone gets in their cars and drives home?
Okay. Yeah, now that we're safe, I don't know how this shit goes, but, like, did you guys notice anything weird about those two? Like, outside of the bitchiness and, well, the sweetness from Aelin, but, like, the bitchiness from the other person. Outside of that, did either of you notice anything about them?
One day I'm going to see what her insides look like.
Fair. Let's put a pin in that.
When Aelin spoke to me, I felt something. She exerted her will, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if there's a good word for it.
I used the site that I got today by training with Tiara, and as this light about her spirit is very intense. It felt like looking into the face of creation itself, in a way.
And there were days long past, even to me, it's legend, that there were, they were called dream speakers. They worked with spirits, and they could function as my function, the Philodox. in a pack of Garu. They
So-
were called will workers.
So she's a spirit in a body.
Aren't we
Maybe.
all?
I don't know how it works, kids. I just know the old stories.
The
Yeah,
other
well,
one, though. I
Yeah,
want to know about the other one.
if Aelin had the brightness of creation, I can only say that Elias's ex did it just had the opposite
She could be a drone,
agnant.
like that thing that we killed, that Elias and I killed before I met any of you. That humans that get possessed by Weaver spirits, they live forever and they're bound to the Weaver.
Okay, I couldn't completely understand what was going on with all that, but that
Okay.
shit just felt so wrong. Like there's
Then
nothing about her that's shifting in a way. She's stagnant.
Like a
Almost.
leech?
Is that what they feel like?
listen, I'm not a
Or that's-
Theurge. You should talk to Speaks with Spirits.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do just that.
And hey, you did Rat proud. You looked where other people failed to look. That's your thing. Keep doing it. Don't lose it. Hold on to it.
How does
Hannah
Maggie
blushes.
look like she's doing?
She's leaning really, really heavily on Sweets. She's almost in a state of shock.
Sweets will just kind of rest his head against her. Tiara, Ilva, Bertrand, and Talia are gonna be there.
I can't see some like this, Krim. I can't let them see me like this.
You have nothing to hide. You're as beautiful as the day I met you.
I need everyone in the car to make me a Harano check. That is all of your unchecked Harano and Hogloss boxes together. Should be 10 dice for some of you.
Some. Do. Where is Harano and
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's most of that. Okay.
oh, there it is. Okay, 9. I got 9.
No point of Harano for Timber.
5 successes.
No point of Harano for Rachel.
Do I need to roll not to cry?
No.
That's
No, there's like an
crying
audio.
is a free action, so
That's 9 with 4 of it being a crit.
And no point of Harano for Sweets. However, all of you feel a burden of Maggie being in the car, a burden of despair. Some of you know who she is, obviously better than others, but she was once you, once Garu, once a great and powerful wolf. She had a deed named Death Takes Last. She was a leader of a sept, head of a cairn, and now she's this. Sad, pathetic, can't help it. It washes over you. It doesn't affect you, but you feel it in the car.
I think Hana's just like sitting in her seat, clenching her hands a little bit, and just like silently like sniffling, like just like she's hearing all this sweet talk and stuff like that, and then mixed with that that sensation is just kind of making her cry a little bit.
Maggie, I need to ask you something.
What?
Do you want it back?
I don't know if Gaia would ever accept me back, Falcon. I wanted it back years ago. But then I heard you had died, and any hope I had left died.
If you want it back, we'll get it back. You and me. Together. Always. And if you don't want it back, we'll go to the woods together.
I need you to help the people of Berlin. I know it's not the same for the Garu, but you need to help them.
And I will help them.
It might be too late for me, Crimson.
It's never too late. It's never too late. I have kept that flame lit for you for 11 years. I refuse to believe it's too late. Death takes last. Believes Crimson Howler. Believes it in Crimson Howler. Believe in me now. That fire's not out. That fire's not out.
Crimson, to restore my wolf, even if Gaia would allow it, it would risk losing yours.
It's not a risk.
I can't risk it yet. I need your help.
And I'll help you.
Well, you don't know what I need.
I never needed to know what you needed. You always told me. And you're gonna tell me now.
That place I was in, I believe it's a good place. Aelin, I believe, is a good human person. But something is wrong. Not just there. Some of the people I would see every day, and I would get my bread, my soup from the different places, they're disappearing. And they're not dying. I don't know where they're going, but they're just disappearing and no one can tell me where they've gone. And I don't know how to help. I don't know what to do.
She said something about it being an outreach from her company. Do you know who she works for?
Yes, that one is owned by, something like Wyatt Enterprises.
Wait.
Wait for what?
Wait Enterprises, that's...
Yes. She's the, I don't remember, CEO.
We can have cracked teeth look at their company when we get back.
Heart Eater has already been looking into them. We know about them. And we'll fix this. And then we'll get Maggie's wolf back.
I'm going to put you in danger.
You won't. Marcus is living with us at Monse. You can stay with him in his cabin. And
I had a horrible dream today. I fell asleep in my booth. I had a horrible dream.
What did you dream about?
I dreamt of Marcel scratching my name out of a list.
Yeah. I had that dream too.
Something stole my heart. It's very strange.
Tiara,
Figuratively or literally?
I can't remember.
Tiara lied to you. She deliberately misled you. And it took your fire. But I've held it. I've held your fire in my hands for a decade. Fanning it, making sure it stayed lit. Maggie, I love you. And I don't need you to believe in yourself right now. I need you to believe in me.
been alone for so long.
I've been looking for you the whole time. Every day.
Did you leave me a message when Talia was born?
I did.
I
It's
thought...
the night we found Hannah.
Yes, I remember Hannah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I was getting dementia.
No.
I thought, or it was a trick. I was sure it was Marcel.
Is that why
Tricking
you gave me your pin?
me.
The falcon?
It was the last thing I kept of my old self.
Has Maggie seen Marcel?
I did see him once. I don't think he recognized me.
Falcon knows when to fly low. You did good.
Falcon long ago abandoned me.
No.
Doch.
No. You just can't see him right now. He didn't abandon you. He found Talia. We've given our lives to them, and they would not cast us aside. Hannah's Leah's daughter, Maggie.
What? You're Leah's daughter.
I don't know for sure. I grew up in a home. I didn't know my mom, but Sweets here says so.
Sweets.
That's what they call me now. I have a new name.
You suddenly have gotten sweeter over the years.
Full Moon doesn't call my name anymore either.
Why wouldn't Leah tell us that she had a daughter? You are young. You are so young.
She gave her up, Maggie, to protect her. The same way the Bonars used to in New York.
But
They would let them grow up in homes, and then they would get them when they changed.
I mean, perhaps she was right. We couldn't protect our own either.
Is that why the cult came after me?
The cult came after you.
The Jugendheim that burned down a little over a year ago. Marcel came looking for Hannah.
Same day I met you.
Hannah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I protected her. The flame that I hold for you protected her. We can do better. The fight's not done. And I know that's hard for you to see right now.
I just wanted to help. I just want to help.
And you're going to.
We just need to get home.
We're gonna stay at Monse for a while.
I can't.
You'll stay with Marcus. Ilva's home. We can see Ilva. Bertrand's there. Maggie, we're grandparents. Talia has had 2 of her own.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
It's okay to be afraid. I'll hold your hand the whole time. I won't let you go. Not again. Never again.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Who are you?
It's Timber shakes the trees. She's crook paws.
Oh, Fitzion. Apologies.
Timber is timbers.
She's definitely Crookpaws.
There, I found 2 other of Crookpaw's children as well. Hard Rain and eats pine cones.
I met Pinecones.
Yeah. He's a good boy.
Pinecone said we have to go to Berlin. I wonder if Maggie was reason.
Yes. I just wanted... Talia said she couldn't help. That there was something much bigger happening that she needed to focus on, and that she would send someone named Sense to Sweetwater, and I guess that's you.
Yeah. That's what they call me now. I walk with the north wind like eyes of frost.
Then let's go home.
You'll stay? You'll stay with Crimson?
Only as long as it doesn't harm the cairn.
It won't. Even if I have to build you another house, we'll find a way. I would build 100 houses for Maggie. Death takes last.
I'm just Maggie now.
No. No, you're not.
And with that, we are going to end episode 1, Dirty Outskirts, which I'm also going to call Tech Happens. This is going to be the sub-directory of this. Thank you so much for joining for the first episode. Hopefully episode 2 will go a little bit smoother, but that's never happened.